to that, and then welcome to the Midnight Lounge, hosted by your main man, Uncle Freezie. Sit back and relax, unwind, enjoy the midnight conversation. Usually we'll be joined by any and many of my friends who come in and help set the vibe, all for you. Again, welcome to the Midnight Lounge. Let's start the show. Yo, party people, what's good? Welcome to Vibes and Stuff. It's our secondary channel. For those of you that know us for Lawrence Tears or know Ron from his popping up and coming YouTube joint Keeping It Ron. You may also know him from Still Knicks fans, Knicks celebrity guy who knows knows as much about or more about music than he does about the Knicks. Very knowledgeable on both topics. Let me introduce my guy, Keeping It Ron. Ron, what's good, bro?
Hey, man, just happy to be here. Another day, another night, being able to chop it up with my guy, Uncle Freezie, talking about R&B. You know how we do. It's my favorite, man. Love it.
Some soul, some R&B. Hey, man, so I hit up Tri-Barrel Gigolo before we just came on, right? Just right before we hit the live button, and I told him that I may have some words about Sade that people don't like. So for my people on YouTube, for my people on YouTube, salute. Y'all know who we are. For our people on X, we're doing this for the first time, like the simulcast to X to at Big Freezie on X. Just to let you know, guys know, I don't just talk about Mikal Bridges' shooting stroke. I know other stuff too. I know a little something about some other stuff. So Ron, so are we gonna talk about Boys to Men tonight, or can we diversify the conversation?
It depends on what the topic is. If you're talking about great R&B music by a popular group, then Boys to Men will have to be included.
And Jodeci, oh my God, Boys to Men. Oh my. Well, Boys to Men, it's the same song, man. It's the same song over and over again. Boys to Men. Boys to Men, it's the same song over. Oh my God, Boys to Men, it's the same song. Maybe they'll change the seasons. And what was that? They had a song with Brian McKnight, right? Let It Snow. Oh. Let It Snow. That's a classic.
That is a great song.
Classic R&B joint. But everything sounds the same, bro. Let It Snow. On Bended Knee. I'll Make Love to You. This Is My Heart. All of them are just the same to me, bro. All of them the same.
When the music's good, Freezie, the formula don't have to be changed.
Yeah, no.
Are
you giving me the fried chicken argument? When the chicken is fried, well, bro, it don't matter if you eat fried chicken every day. I know. It's a fried chicken. A dude told in a corporate setting, right? This is about 20 years ago. I was like an up and coming sales guy, right? It's just something. There was something about me that people around the neighborhoods liked. Like when I came around, they just maybe because I felt like a family member to them or something. I don't know. It wasn't. I didn't have a secret sauce. People just for some reason. Come on in, Uncle Freezie. You want some Kool-Aid? Yes, ma'am. What kind you got? Grape or red? I made the green one and I cut up lemons in it. Oh boy, may I have some? That was me back in the day, right? Anyways, a dude told me one time, he was like, bro, this is in a corporate setting. He's like, bro, this is the fried chicken argument, bro. Whether you go to KFC or Popeyes or wherever you go, you know, it's the fried chicken debate, right? You can eat fried chicken every day and just go to different places and get it. Basically, Boys to Men.
Well, I mean, listen, if you can find 5 fried chicken at different places with that beautiful 4-part harmony, oh, that's some good good chicken. That's all I'm saying.
There's some good ass chicken.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Right, no, I get you, but no, I don't agree.
Oh.
Boys, Boys the Men is To me, Boys the Men is like, for instance, even when you listen to a New Edition album, the diversification of the album, like they'll have like 3 or 4 up tempo joints and 3 or 4 mid tempo joints, and then like a little club banger, you know what I'm saying? And then they'll slow it all the way down. Boys
Mhm.
the Men, Boys the Men is gonna be 12. I love you this way. I love you that way. I love you. I love you. I just
That's a true story.
I
You're
do
right about
anything
that.
for you, except for the song. They had a song called "Vibin." The "Vibin" remix, to me, is probably their best mid-tempo song. We're just vibing,
Mhm.
and then they got right past that, right back to what they know.
I mean, you know, they creatures of habits, and they also know. I think they know their lane. They just don't have that same level of range that another artist might when it comes to mid tempos, up tempos, ballads, all that mixture. They don't really have the mixture. Vibin was good, and Motown Philly, and that's about it.
And they had to do a Motown Philly, because if they'd have came straight in with a ballad, their career would have took a different arc, bro. And I'm sorry, if they'd have just came out straight with a ballad, they'd have been all for one. I'm sorry, bro. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it came. Honestly, from a singing standpoint, bro, I prefer Intro. You remember that group Intro?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I do.
Unfortunately, they didn't last because of obvious reasons. But
Mm-hmm.
let me ask this for the ladies though. Who's your favorite female artist to listen to at the moment? Because I know things change, right? I do understand things change. Who's your favorite female artist right now? I mean, or right at the moment, but of all time. Salute to Fritz Alcindor. Fritz Alcindor is in the building. Salute. Fritz, you got to get the link and come on, bro. Fritz, you in the crowd. Come on, bro. I'm gonna send Fritz the link. See what Fritz do. Go ahead and say Keisha Cole, bro. We know you love Keisha Cole, bro.
Nah, man. Wow. In current times, I don't think I know enough about R&B music in today's climate to even answer that question. I don't know who's really hitting right now. I mean, all I could say, the only person I listen to that have enjoyed listening to their album is Money Long. I mean, I heard that recently. I could say that was pretty decent. But as far as all time, I mean, for me, it's always going to be the same person. She will always be my favorite. Mariah Carey.
Always be my baby. I knew that was coming, bro.
I
I
know.
had "Always Be My Baby" queued up just for that.
Yeah.
And like, I did not know the answer before he said it. I just had a sense. Mariah Carey's all right.
Mariah Carey is phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Definitely a top 47 female singer of all time. Ron is laughing in my face, y'all. Look at Ron. Look at Ron laughing in my face, y'all. Y'all see him laughing in my face. Yo, there's no respect for the old guys right here, bro.
She is phenomenal. I mean, you know, when you talk about the consummate artist who can do it all, who can sing melodic, high notes, low notes, can write her own music, can choreograph and tell everybody else. And when I say choreograph, I don't mean dancing. I mean musically, just how everybody should sound, what they should be doing, listening while you're singing your own stuff, and you can hear somebody in the background hit a wrong note. Like, Mariah, too special for me. Too special. Too special. Now,
Mariah.
I'm not saying she has the best voice ever. I'm just saying
So I think she's up there, bro.
she to me she's everybody has their preference. For me, she's because I heard her from the inception. I saw her live when she was young. So she's the real deal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I respect Mariah. I respect Mariah on that level, bro. Right? Is she my favorite voice of all time? And I know we were talking about Ron's favorite, right? But is she my favorite voice of all time? I think she's in that top 10, definitely. Because voices are all subjective to what you like at the time that you answer the question. Right. Because my two favorite voices, or I have a certain type of voice that I like. I like the deep, sultry Tony Braxton like voice. I like the
Mm,
Anita Baker voice. I like the Melissa Morgan voice. Vesta, Mickey Howard. I like that type of voice versus the um, higher. I don't know what you call higher scale voices. I'm not really
hmm
into, like when it comes to the dudes. I'm not really into the Ralph Tresvants or Tony Thompsons or um my exception is Delano Steele Jr. like DSJ as one that I like. I like him in that range. Avery Wilson is one guy that you mentioned.
hmm
I tend to more like the Charlie Wilson, Aaron Hall, Christopher Williams,
hmm
Barry White, Lou
Them deep
Rawls.
voice baritone type
Yeah,
guys.
the
Yeah.
more rich voices. Now they may not be the best singers, right? But in terms of the richness of their voice, a guy I'll give an example, right? Do I like what I like? What's the guy that passed away a couple of years ago? He had that song "You," baby, is you the way you
Oh,
walk.
Jesse Powell.
Do I like Jesse Powell or do I like Joe? Right? Do I like Jesse
Mm,
Powell or do I like Joe? And I'm talking about just their voice, not their
hmm
catalog, right? Just their voice. Triborough Gigolo is in the building. Salute. Salute Triborough Gigolo is
Salute.
in the
Salute. Salute, Ronnie.
building.
What's up?
What's happening, Triborough?
So when you're talking about the richness of a voice,
Tell him
yeah,
what's up, kid.
I kind of like the more um smoother, rich voices of a like a Barry White. Oh, you keep telling me this and telling me that and such and such. So do I prefer that or Philip Bailey? I think Philip Bailey is more talented, but when it comes to preferences.
hmm hmm And I
So
can see that. That makes sense.
yeah.
Everybody likes their sound, their style. Um, I mean, I can agree. There's certain voices I don't like. I don't like the real high voices. I can deal with a certain level, but when it gets too high, whiny type, I'm not the biggest fan of it myself. So I can dig that. I guess I'm in between when it comes to voices, and yeah, but I hear where you're going. I can dig it.
So Mariah is your favorite.
She's my favorite. If you told me who's my favorite singer, female, it would be her. This, but if you, I can say that because just as an artist, I just really love everything about what she's done in her career. If you want to tell me what's my favorite female voice, I would probably say Whitney, but it's
Mm.
different. She's just not my favorite artist. I enjoy Mariah Carey's music more, but Whitney can sing and to a certain level that I can't understand. I can't fathom how she does it, and I just love hearing it. But
So you feel like Whitney is more talented than Mariah?
uh in vocal, uh range and to be able to do what she does with her voice, it's special. Mariah Carey has some special things about her voice too, but I just think Whitney has the edge in that department. But talent is also, it could be a combination of things. And I think Mariah overall is a better talented artist
than Whitney. And I would agree with you on that. And the reason why I would agree with you on that is because Mariah seems to have more artist range. Right? Because you remember when she came out with Vision of Love and all that, we thought she was just going to be a young soul singer. Maybe like a Joss Stone or somebody had that type of feel originally when she first came out. Like, yeah, but then like 6 years later when Fantasy came out, bro, you were like, holy crap. When she did Dream Lover, I was like, okay, I like the song Dream Lover. I did feel like it was a little corny. Dream Lover.
It's popish. Yeah, it's popish.
Ooh. I felt like Dream Lover was trying to steal some of that Janet thunder from like 92, 93, whatever. Janet is one singer that I really enjoy. I really enjoy her on the albums. Her creativity to me is amazing. And she pushed boundaries. She's very risque. Like Janet is she was not afraid of her sexuality. And some of the other singers would get to a certain thing and back up a little bit. Janet was one of those where you remember Poetic Justice?
I saw it recently.
2 hours you can never get back, bro. But the fact that she did a movie with a comedian and a gangster rapper, could you imagine Whitney Houston doing a movie with a comedian and a gangster rapper? No, right? No, she did a movie with the what was Kevin Costner? Kevin Costner might have been the hottest thing in Hollywood at that time, right?
At that time, yeah, he was smoking.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. I would even venture to say that Whitney's lifestyle was more risque, but her music was very safe. Very safe. Right. Whereas others took chances. Right. And I would also and I respect your Tromberg, can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yo, you are very low, bro. We can barely hear you.
Okay, my bad.
Oh, something happened. There it is. Something's going on. Okay.
He'll be back.
Yeah. So you mind if I answer who my favorite female artist is?
Oh, by all means.
So I feel like my favorite artist that I like to hear right now is Mickey Howard. But Melissa Morgan is my boo thing, bro. I'm taking out this time to give you a piece of my mind. Bro, her and maybe Patrice Rushen is a name that I mentioned a lot that people sleep on. The Mary J. Blige before Mary J. Blige was Mary J. Blige. Patrice Rushen is an artist that I absolutely love. She's the only singer that I know that you can clap your hands and you know what song it is. You can go and everybody know. Everybody know the name of the song, right?
That's fair.
Here comes the Men in Black, Galaxy Defense. Oh, I'm sorry, not the sample one, not the sample. Try, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
excellent.
yeah, you sound good. You coming through now.
So it's good to be with you, bro. What's good, man?
No doubt. Chilling, man. What's good with y'all?
Hey man, so we could talk about this. Talk about some soul, borderline R&B, and I really hit you up to talk me off the ledge of talking down about Sade.
No, I cannot believe that you would think Sade is trash.
No, no, I'm not. But I'm not thinking that. I'm feeling it.
Uh,
Right? Like I'm not trying to think of a way. Like I'm not trying to think of a way to not like Sade.
mhm.
If that makes sense. Like I'm not legit walking around like, how can I dislike Sade? It's just a sense, right? Like when I went to Apple to listen to her songs,
Mhm.
I'm like, Smooth Operator. Of course, that's the one.
Right.
No need to ask. He's a smooth operator.
Mhm.
And so in my mind, I'm thinking, who is that better artist in that lane? Is it Sade or is it Billy Ocean?
Sade.
And when I think I'm leaning towards Billy Ocean, bro. I'm leaning towards
Uh,
Billy Ocean. And I know that sounds weird, right? That
yeah.
sounds so disrespectful. Like, yo, Uncle Freezy, why you gotta choose one? Why can't you just like both?
Right.
And in my mind, I'm like, yo, Freezy, why you? I don't know. I don't know.
Mhm. I
Yo,
gotta
you
go
go.
with Sade. I think Sade. I mean, Sade just had like a real smooth, soft, voice, and it was just relaxing music. And every song that she put out, every album was a classic. I like Billy Ocean, but I only like Billy Ocean for like maybe 2 albums.
Oh,
You know, and he has more than one hit song. It's just that I feel like the majority. I mean, the casual listener, they know Caribbean Queen, but he had other hit songs that really a lot of people really don't know unless you're like a music head like us.
suddenly, bro.
Suddenly
Suddenly,
was great. Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. That was a great ballad, but he had like
fire.
other songs. He had other songs that were great besides Caribbean Queen. But Sade is like pick any album. Like she had the hit songs. Even the non-album cuts were fire.
Mm, mm, I don't know.
Come on, Smooth Operator,
The
Sweetest
sweetest taboo.
Taboo. Come on, what?
Sweetest
Cherish the
taboo.
Day.
Cherish the
Oh man,
time.
Kiss of Life. Like she had like bangers, yo. Like
Right. If she were ugly, would you listen to her?
yes, I would because I mean I don't base artists' looks off of like their talent. I think Ashanti is a gorgeous woman. I just never thought that she could sing.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Did you just throw Ashanti under the bus,
Ashanti,
bro?
yes, I have. She is a beautiful woman, but I never felt like she had the voice. She didn't have vocal range to me. And we saw a lot of that in the 2000s where like the labels are like marketing a lot of these gorgeous females, but they really couldn't hold the torch to like Alicia Keys or Beyonce. Come on, Freezy, don't give me that look. You know it.
I'm trying in my mind, I'm trying to get to a place where my pewter's not putin, bro, for this, if that makes sense. Right. So my pewter's not putin for this one.
Ugh. I, I I I will say that I feel bad. I don't feel good about myself, but I mean, I literally, no lie to you, I in my mind, I could not name 3 Sade songs. In my mind, I'm thinking I can't name 3 Sade songs that I like or that I remember.
Wow.
However, that being said, I did look at the catalog and I remember Smooth Operator. I remember Is It a Crime? I remember Paradise. I remember Like a Tattoo. I remember Cherish the Day. I remember No Ordinary Love.
The
I
sweetest taboo.
remember Sweetest Taboo. I remember Kiss of Life.
Yep.
Mhm.
I remember these songs now that I've looked at them. But honestly, if I didn't look at them,
Are they memorable?
Yes, they are.
Nah, I ain't.
What you mean?
even Your Love Is King. But so the thing is, I think that was a really interesting comparison, Freezy. It's a really good one by you. Billy Ocean and Sade definitely can be compared because he is like they're like parallels. He's the male version, she's the female version.
Right.
The only difference between them two is like Billy Ocean can make a more upbeat, catchy song when the going gets tough. You know what I mean? He can make
Get
yeah.
out
So
of my dreams.
yeah, he can make a bounce for his time, a pop bounce.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he can make an anthem. He can make a movie anthem. Everything Sade do, bro, it's the fried chicken debate, bro. Fritz, what's good, bro?
Hey, what's up? What's up? Sade's that's a standard, man.
Yeah.
No, here he come with the no boy.
No, you know what? The thing about Sade is I don't remember her having I don't remember the hits as hits. You know what I mean? I always remember her stuff as like, oh, that's easy listening. Or up until Lovers Rock, Soldier of Love albums. Up to that point, it's that's something I heard on the radio, but I never remembered it as it's being a hit up until those two albums.
Yeah, I respect her hustle. I respect her, bro. I respect her, but what I'm saying is she can't hold Anita Baker's pocketbook.
Wow.
In my mind.
That's crazy.
She can't hold Anita Baker pocket. I heard Anita Baker, I heard Angel today when she just started off, ooh, ooh, ooh. And then I'm talking about just strictly crafting music, right? Because as a singer, I can't tell if Sade or Anita Baker is the better singer, right? I guess it depends on preference, right? But when you hear how rich her voice is, she sounds like she's almost whistling, bro. Right? Anita Baker, if I could in the world, she do the Lord. Nothing's peace of his heart. You're my angel. See, and then when you hear the background vocals, the craftsmanship. Now nobody's gonna beat Sade's band, right? Sade is gonna have the best band. This is not even up for debate because she goes out of her way to hire the absolute best of the best. So when you see her live or on record, you're like, yeah, she's doing her thing. But the background vocals and things for Anita Baker on those songs, bro, it gives you that 80s R&B sensibility that you know you will never get again. That era where the background vocals, the background singers were just as important as the lead singer, but not really. You feel me?
Right.
Like when you hear a Anita Baker album, she's like, oh my God. It's like, have any of y'all been to a Luther Vandross concert live? Just a Luther Vandross performance?
My family have. I didn't. I skipped it. Yeah.
Bro, I saw him in Columbia, South Carolina, and Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, right? And in both places, his background singers were so good. I heard them singing the lead up to So Amazing, right? Like he legit walked off and they were like, so amazing to be loved. I follow you to the moon in the sky above. And they were just going over and it was like 4 minutes of them just singing and singing. And then Luther comes out, so amazing. And I've been, you know what I'm saying, getting into this thing. And you're like, man, this is amazing to just experience, right? And then Luther walks away from the microphone in the middle of a verse, and all of us, bro, and Ron, I don't know, Ron is probably like a average size dude. Ron, what are you like, 5'8", about 160, something like that? I'm a big dude, right? So I'm right now, I'm about 6'5" and some change, about 377 or something like that. I'll probably get up to about 390 during the wintertime. Is what I do. I pack on weight during the winter and take it off.
Hibernate a little bit.
That's just me, though. That's just me. I'm not talking about nobody else. That's me. That's my thing, whatever. And so, solid too. Solid. But even me, bro, when Luther was doing that, bro, I was like, this shit is amazing. I was standing up clapping for Luther and shit. Sing it, Luther. Sing it, boy. You know what I'm saying? We got this old man next to me like, that boy cutting up. Look at him. He cutting up. But when you hear Anita Baker, bro, you're like, oh my God. She is like what Anthony Hamilton should have been. Right? No disrespect to Anthony Hamilton. He just don't make consistently timely music. I'm not saying it's not great. I'm just saying he is like, to me, he's more like Dave Hollister in that sense of when he's in a pocket. But then if the times shift around him, he stay in that same pocket, and you're like,
yeah,
we took a left and he went straight.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like very vibey.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like voice quality so much as he has a vibe. You know what I mean?
Music soul child. Right?
Yeah.
Music soul child. Like the cute, like Music Soul Child and the cute neighborhood love thing. You know what I'm saying? But then when the things around him shift, he like still talking about the cutie around the way type thing. You like, hey.
I mean, well, I don't know if like I think music stays in his lane. You know, I mean, there's certain artists that they just comfortable in one type of lane, and they don't really try to go outside of that. So I don't think music could really do edgy R&B like that. Like he's the girl next door, best friend type of artist.
He had a song called Best Friend, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, imagine that. He's so stuck in that lane, he can't even come up
I think
with
he had a song called "Girl Next Door" too.
Girl next door, yeah.
Yeah.
The punchlines write themselves, bro. You ain't got to tell a joke. You don't even have to tell the joke, bro. The punchline write itself. Right? Right. So yeah, man. But to Ron, so I asked you the question, and so I would like to go around the panel to ask these guys. They're experts in this field also. So what I'd like to do is ask Triborough, since he was here first. Triborough, who is your favorite female artist of all time in this moment? Right? Because I know in 2 years it might change, but right now, who's your favorite female artist of all time?
In this era, or you mean like all time?
No, all time. But how you feel about it right now?
Mary J. Blige. That's my favorite all time. I've seen her on her first tour in '92, and I think, you know, whether she was going through drama or she was happy, I think she's just great. Like she still got the voice.
No more drama or happy.
I know. Because it's like, you know, that's like a little like joke in the hood where, you know, people feel like she made her best music when she was going through stuff.
Yeah.
And when she finally came out of it, she had no more drama, and it was still a classic album. And I still think like she, you know, with the new music out now that she's doing, she still got it. She still has the vocals. She still has that you know, hip hop soul in her music. And you know, she's my favorite. She's my favorite all time.
So it's Mariah Carey versus Mary J. Fritz, who's your favorite female artist of all time? Just right now in this moment. I don't keep receipts. So if you change, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, you said.
I don't know. So I think someone's gonna take over the spot, but it's still Toni Braxton. She's still number one.
So Ryan, I don't know if I gave mine. I know I said a few people, but my favorite person to listen to, I think, is right now is Mickey Howard. Right now is Mickey Howard because she's got this joint. What's the name of the joint? Not Love Under New Management, which is a classic, by the way. Love Under New Management, bro. If you ever come home and your wife is like cooking and Love Under New Management is playing, just go buy her a car, bro. Don't argue with her. Just go buy her a car. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, babes, I know she was listening to some Mickey Howard, man. So, hey, I just went out and bought you that Lexus you wanted. Nah, don't worry about it. No, don't worry about it. I'll work overtime to pay for it. You know, you know what I'm saying? She has this. I want to find it. Tribor, do you know the name of the song I'm talking about?
By Mickey Howard.
Yeah.
No.
It is called "Oh Baby Be Mine."
Okay.
Oh, bro,
That's your joint, huh?
bro. When I hear "Baby Be Mine," bro, I'm like, it don't make no sense for a woman to pour out her soul into a song like that, bro. And you know she's singing about Gerald Levert, bro. Another man don't have a chance. You know she's singing about Gerald Levert. She pouring her soul into that song, like that Mary J song she was singing about. KC.
Yeah.
If loving you is all, then what's you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
That was on the first album.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. You know she's singing about KC, bro.
But he was singing on it with her.
Yeah, he was on there with her.
Yeah.
I think she outsang him, honestly.
Yeah. For sure.
So Fritz, you said yours is Tony Braxton.
Yeah, classically, but I think her is catching up.
Who?
Her. It's catching up. It's catching up
to Tony Braxton.
I'm believe me, I love writing more than the writing has to do it for me more than the vote. You know, the actual vocals. She's there, like she's there, and what she's done for herself and what she's done for others. So yeah, I think she's
you take her
there.
over Ella May.
Oh yeah.
What?
Ella May got like one good album to me.
You take her over Elle Varner.
Elle Varner, she ain't come out with nothing in like a decade. Come on,
she had one album, and I don't even think it's an album.
Oh man,
it's not even an album.
So you take her over Heather Headley.
Heather Headley had a couple, but yeah, her
you
definitely.
Take her over Deborah Cox.
That's a classic. More than her has a lot of hits.
Let me I Triborough, Ron, I don't want to dominate the conversation, bro, because I want to get back to what you were saying. I just meant Fritz just pulled the car over on the turnpike, bro. And
I know you look at it and you'll say, oh, that's like 2-3 albums, but she's done a lot of work on a lot of other people.
Shaka Khan?
No.
Well, Shaka Khan is classic. That's
oh, here we go.
You're sharing generations.
Here we go. Content is content, though.
I know.
Is she better? Because I didn't mention Gladys Knight, but I was gonna mention her in my top 5. But when you said your favorite is favorite, but you would take her over.
So
you take her over Shaka Khan. If one had to stay and the other one had to jump off a cliff,
Shaka Khan's
you're gonna make a
Shaka Khan
is
more about singing than the lyrics. You know what I mean?
So Fritz, I'm asking you, if one had to stay and the other one had to jump off a cliff, you and her would be going to the movies, is what you're telling me.
Yeah. If I'm gonna say who has more potential, you got to think a little bit about potential. This person has a potential to go further. Those other people aren't putting out hits somewhere. They're comfortable.
Salute to Tim in the building. Salute. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but her catalog is a. Ron, did you hear what was said just now?
No, I'm listening. Look,
they comfortable. They who was it? Was it Shaka Khan? Or was it Anita that we had to stand out in the rain because she didn't show up for 4 hours?
That was Anita.
Probably Anita. That's probably Anita.
She showed up drunk. Who was it?
Yeah, that was definitely Anita. Well, no, it could have been Shaka as well.
It might have been Shaka.
It could have been.
It was New Haven Green.
It could have been Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, New Haven, like New Haven, Connecticut, they put on these concerts every year on the green for free, and like the whole city come out, and it used to be like, they have all these warm up acts, and she just kept everybody out in the rain 4 hours, and showed up and did 2 songs, dip.
What? I would, bro. I'd have been, bro. My green's gone cold. I'm wondering why. And I'd have been doing that if she'd have did that. Rain clouds in on my window and I can't see it all. Yeah, I'd have been doing that. Dear Slim, y'all have been like, you gonna make me wait 4 hours in the rain, and you gonna do 2 songs and dip? Oh,
couldn't be me. I can't do it. Nope. I mean, I look. I am one of those that I really respect Her's talent. I respect. The only thing I don't like about her is the fact that her name is Her. I understand the gimmick and why she did it, and I think it was clever. I think it was truly something special that her artist development company and crew decided to come up with. Let's just name her. Don't show no pictures of her. So it was all about just the music and what the talent, and no one knew who she was. But then once we find out who she is, I would have liked had she got rid of the Her moniker and went to her real name. But that's just me personally. Yeah. But outside of that, she's super talented. She can write her own songs. She can play damn near every instrument. She has a very beautiful melodic voice. I don't know if she gives me the
goat vibe.
She's in the Boys to Men bag when it comes to lanes, right? She can definitely do the mid-tempo, slow slung ballad thing. She can't do up tempos. That's not her bag. But other than that, I think I really like her. I like her.
Yeah. Yeah, and for me, songwriting is everything for me. So, so like right there, that's why I probably lean toward that way. Yeah.
No, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the pick, man. I think what I find that's very interesting, without knowing everyone's age, you could kind of see everyone's age because you point towards the style of music that people used to listen to. Freezie always strikes me as someone who enjoys, all types of music from each decade, but he definitely seems like he's an 80s guy. Like he loves that 80s sound of the artist. So I'm not surprised that he likes people like Mickey Howard, Melissa Morgan. That fits that range, that style. And I'm in the 90s, so me and Mariah Carey, we like this. So
see, that's what see. That's the thing I'm trying to wrap my head around. You're in the 90s, right? You're in the 90s, but you don't like Black Girl.
But I don't even remember them.
You don't remember Black Girl?
Nah, I don't remember them.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember Black Girl.
Nah. I mean, there's some groups I don't remember. Like they had like one hit, Nothing Nice. I don't remember Nothing Nice.
Oh, Nothing Nice, yeah.
You don't remember Getting Mine in the 90s with the Black Girl, Getting Mine in the 90s with the Black Girl. I
might have heard it.
They had bro, the song was a smash, and then they put Wu-Tang Clan on it right after Wu-Tang Clan came out. Bro, you could not get in the club. Bro, I was in a club one night and the DJ played the song 6 times. Wow. 2 times back to back, bro.
What year is this?
94. They came out around Brownstone, Changing Faces. Brownstone, Changing Faces, Janae, Jade, SWB. There's a bunch of female groups out, bro. And Black Girl came. They had low haircuts. And they like had business suits on the album cover, and bro, fire. I can't believe y'all don't like Ex-Girlfriend, bro.
And that's the best group you thought in that era?
No, that's not. No, that's not what I said. I said I don't know how y'all don't like them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the best group I find in that era is
That's
SWV.
Escape or Escape. No,
SWV. Escape.
Escape was great. Come on, Freezie, don't do it.
You don't think Escape was not the best of that whole group?
No.
Wow.
Because first of all, when they first came out, they were singing on hip hop beats, right? Which made me think
So was a lot of other groups. TLC was doing that.
And notice I didn't put them in the conversation. Ron, did you hear me? You didn't hear me say TLC, right?
I did
You didn't
not.
hear me say Moke and Steph, right? You didn't hear me say Moke and Steph, right? Right? Fritz, you see how I'm consistent with it, right? I'm not just picking out one. I'm saying if you were, for instance, I think Ex-Girlfriend, like with Stacey Francis, why can't you come home? Oh, you know what? Not even SW, In Vogue. What the hell am I thinking?
Yeah, but En Vogue sang over hip hop beats, though. They sang over hip hop beats
afterwards.
Wait a minute, but hold on. Wait a minute. Why did I never? Oh, see, I didn't even mean to do that. Why did I never think of this?
See what you did there?
Why did I not think of this? What is the difference between In Vogue and Boys to Men?
In Vogue had up-tempo joints.
So did Boys to Men.
Which one was it? Because if you say the first one they did,
no, I was thinking more of the third album, Evolution, when they had I can't let it go. Remember that joint?
Because I can't let you go.
Right.
Only want to be with you.
No, I was so gold. No, it was the Diddy produced that one. I Can't Let Her Go. You don't remember that one on Evolution? They had Four Seasons of Loneliness, and I forgot the other song on that.
Dear Mama on it.
Yeah, I think the Mama song was on that one.
I love you to the end of the road.
Or was that the second one? I think the Mama song was on the second album.
I know what you're doing, Freezie. I know what you're doing.
Hey, thank you. You listen to Thank You. Thank You's an up-tempo joint.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank You's got a good bop to it, but it ain't a hit. Like you ain't gonna hear that like on Hot 97.
Yeah, it's not a top 30 Boys to Men song in my mind. even though Boys to Men has a lot of songs and we got to respect them for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think Thank You is like a top 30 song for them. It may be a top 30 song for them, but they put out so much music.
So much. Yeah, I went to a concert with them. 2.5 hours, hit after hit. They wasn't even like playing full songs. They wasn't. Yeah, they were just going.
I bet you they was like getting in them ballads, boy, and you like, yo, wake me up before you go, Joe.
you
yeah, I just can't do all the. The reason why I like Luther Vandross and Freddie Jackson and those type crooners is because they'll do like 5 or 6 of their hits and it'll be slow joints. And then you'll hear Luther come in with something like, oh yeah. Well, all right. That boy having a party.
There's definitely a party atmosphere. Like the concert is a party atmosphere. You have a good time.
Yeah.
Ain't serious. Yeah.
But in fairness, I think Boyz II Men realizes they're not the best at making up-tempo hits either. And so that's why when you go to, at least from what I've seen, I haven't been to one in person, but I've seen them like on YouTube or whatever. You look at a Boyz II Men show, that's why they will cover up-tempo songs that aren't their own.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they don't have any.
They don't have any. Really, like, you know what I mean? To really notable ones. We talked about earlier, before you came in, Fritz, and Triborough was probably listening. We talked about Motown Philly and vibing, and you know, but I mean, vibing. I don't think charted. Motown Philly obviously did, but you know, they weren't really in that up tempo bag. They just wasn't for them.
Vibing didn't chart, and they had Busta Rhymes, Tretch. Method Man, everybody. They up tempo song had like 4 hot rappers on it, and it still didn't chart.
Although I will say, if you give them the right producer with the right song, they can it can sound good. Because you remember "Hey Lover,"
Right.
that was
But
fire. It wasn't their song,
but it still wasn't up tempo,
It's,
bro.
it's on their greatest hits.
It still wasn't up tempo, bro.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
it had a nice
they
beat,
had a
though.
remix album that came out in '95, and they had and they had a Broken Hearted remix.
That's not, I was thinking "Hey Lover," but that wasn't really the one I was looking for. Hold on. Well,
You think about "Broken Hearted," the song he did with Brandy, another full song in that. Cause only
I was a smash.
Broken Hearted, water runs dry on bended knee.
Stop it,
all
Freezie.
these songs are the same, bro. They're the same song. Digital Underground said all around the world.
Right.
Same song.
Yeah, no, that was it. I'm sorry. That was the only one that I can point to that they did with a hip hop art, but that still wasn't up tempo either. It was a groove though, but it wasn't up tempo. So you're right about that.
Even Brian McKnight did a joint with Ill Al Scratch. And you like, look at Brian McKnight in his bag.
Right.
Even in the video, Brian McKnight trying to take your girl.
Oh yeah, I'll take her.
Yeah. You like, look at McKnight right here. But Boys to Men, they'll never be Jodeci, bro. I'm sorry.
No, Jodeci. No, Jodeci. They had that. Yeah, they were just those guys, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Boys and Men were always good boys. They never had that reputation. They were never. Yeah. They were never really in like that.
I always felt like no, my fault, Triborough. I mean Triborough, Freezie. I was about to say that.
Bro. We the same person. We don't have a call on.
I was just gonna say I always felt like the best hybrid of the best hybrid of Boys to Men and Drew Hill was. I mean, I'm all messed up. Oh, the best hybrid of Boys to Men and Jodeci was Drew Hill. I felt like they were the in between. They were the mesh of the two.
Right.
Okay.
And in fairness to Drew Hill could do up tempo.
Drew Hill's better than Boys to Men, bro.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But I think Boys to Men have better singers to me.
Probably.
Let's not forget about Jazz though. Jazz was the beast, man.
Yeah.
Jazz.
Well, what lineup were you picking for Drew Hill? The OG lineup or the lineup that they have now?
No, OG.
OG lineup.
You know, I would say.
I don't know, but if you're gonna go in those groups, I think Mint Condition had a
one singer.
No, they
were a band, bro.
They were a band, and
they different. They different.
They were different. They were like a whole different vibe to them at the time.
I notice how y'all do. You're like, there's such an East Coast bias, bro.
No, there ain't. There's no East Coast bias for me at all.
This is gonna lead us into Tony. I can see it.
It is exactly gonna lead us into Tony. Yeah. I think we sleep on. I think we sleep on the Motown sound because the Temptations should have been in this conversation, in my opinion, and we sleep on the Oakland Stroke. Not even Tony and In Vogue. I'm talking about the original Oakland Stroke of Larry Graham and Sly and the Family Stone and a bunch of artists from that Oakland area who had their own type of funk. Like it wasn't nasty get high funk. Like East Coast funk is that nasty I'm high as a kite funk, and I'm just gonna do a such and such and such, like Parliament. Like Atomic Dog is a beat played backwards and a dude talking on the beat, and they just in there high as a kite talking about atomic. You know what I'm saying? And the Oakland Stroke is more like message music. A bunch of poor people, not poor people like that, but people without resources, just like using whatever they can get their hands on to express themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, and you can feel it come through in they music. Like they don't have all these guys. They going to like whoever is the best play. Give you an example of somebody like that. They're not from Oakland. They're from Los Angeles, but Rolls Royce, bunch of high school kids, no resources. They just friends. They just vibing to play. And when you hear Rolls Royce, you like, boy, you listen to Rolls Royce, you can get lost in a time. Rolls Royce, honestly,
We had a
in
lot
my
of joints.
yeah, Rolls Royce actually got us out of that psychedelic 52 member band thing and got you listening to real music on the radio. Fridge, you remember when bands used to have like 99 members in it, and like the horn section used to have like 12 dudes, and you like, yeah, I think I okay, so Rolls Royce paved the way for Tony, but in that 10-year gap, you get D-Train. Yeah, I remember D-Train.
Yeah.
You get Slave. You remember Slave?
Mm-hmm.
Heard of them, but
You get those type groups that transition from that Rolls Royce sound to that Tony sound 10 years later. You know what I'm saying? And so, but anyways, yeah, I think Tony by far is better than Boyz II Men, bro. By far. And it's not because Tony is a band. It's just because when you introduce Mint Condition, I think you have to introduce Tony.
That's a fair point. It's a fair point.
You have to introduce The Time. Remember The Time?
Yes.
They tried to hold funk down in that purple, that Minneapolis sound. You know, just talking about basic stuff like the songwriting was, The Time had simple songwriting, right? Basic. I mean, they probably had like a fourth grader writing their lyrics, but the band was I mean, Fritz, you remember this? Fishnet, black pantyhose, eat egg, and then everybody dancing. Dun, 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 dun. Y'all remember the dance Oak Tree? Do the Oak Tree. Y'all remember that? How simple their lyrics were? Y'all remember the bird? Remember the bird?
I mean, the bird was basically the oak tree, but different one.
Yeah. Basic lyric, elementary lyric, but and Morris Day might be y'all favorite singer. But Come on, bro. I know you love Morris Day, bro. I saw the Morris Day post on your wall back there, bro.
Actually, I don't think I know. I don't think I've ever like sat down and listened to an album.
Really?
Mm-mm.
The Time?
I know the name. I probably know a couple hits. Is it?
I always felt like Morris Day was like Prince's cousin or something.
Yeah,
like Prince said, listen, don't worry about it. I'm gonna write the music. I'm gonna create everything. I'll write the songs. You just sing it like this. That's how I always felt.
Right. So on our thing though, on the favorite female artist thing, I'm a huge Melissa Morgan fan because I think I loved the Hushtown Management era of Melissa Morgan, Freddie Jackson. Ron, who's the guy I could forget in every conversation? I keep seeing his. Let's start love over. Let's start love over. Back to the way things were. Forget about him. Miles J.
Yeah, I keep forgetting his name too.
Y'all remember Kenny Burke? Keep rising to the top.
Oh, is that Kenny Burke? I know the song. I knew the voice, but I just can't remember the name.
Yeah, I just like that era of it. It just, for some reason, it just in that era of music, there was like either you were the Motown, the grandfather in Motown artist, like Denise Williams. Y'all remember Denise Williams?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stevie Wonder had some some hits in the 80s. But I think the artist from the city, kind of gave me that vibe, and it's one of the reasons why I love Anita Baker, because I just like I know Anita Baker's from Detroit. I know that. I'm saying though the artist from New York though kind of gave you that street vibe. Like even with Luther Vandross with Never Too Much in doing the song In the City, to me that kind of gives you a vibe. So
agree with that.
but try what I want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to say argue with you on who your favorite is. but what I would like to do though is ask you why your favorite is your favorite.
Uh-huh.
And did you eliminate certain artists from the conversation when you were choosing your current favorite?
Mary, because Mary was like, we looked at Mary as like the around the way girl with she can sing about anything, and she could do the ballads and the mid tempos and the up tempos, and she was just she's like gorgeous, but she's like she was very proud of where she came from, and she was, I think her music just spoke to a lot of our people, when it came to like love and relationships and domestic violence and stuff like that, having a good time at a party, and there's so many other great singers. Whitney Houston was great, and Mariah, Janet, I love. There's a lot of great singers. Alicia Keys, like I mentioned, that was one of my favorites. Jill Scott, but I think Mary for me, she always just was real. She just kept it real, and she's still like that. She hasn't changed, even though she's like a Hall of Famer now, and I relate more to her music than anyone else. You know what I'm saying?
Can I put a rock in your shoe? Can I put a rock in your Jordan?
Yep.
May I? What makes you think Mary J. Blige is better than Erykah Badu and Lauryn Hill?
No, I'm not saying to. I mean, that's a whole different conversation. Then I don't feel like
consistency.
I don't feel like necessarily she's better. I love Erykah Badu too. I think she's been consistent with every project.
Right.
And she doesn't come out often. Like you have to really wait for her next album to come out. But I think for Mary, there was a time in the 90s and early 2000s when she was just dropping hit after hit album, and she's, like I said, like she can do a song with Jadakiss, or she could do a song with Bono. You know what I'm saying? And she's just that versatile, and she stays consistent, and she just remained the same. Like she never tried to switch up to, for pop or whatever. She just, the pop artist came to her.
Okay. My thing is, and I want to default to the guys. I just want to throw this in there. My thing is, I like the original version more than I like part 2. And I like Mary.
Mm-hmm.
I like Mary, but I love Patrice Rushen that much, where I can respect Mary Hustle, but I can't get over Patrice Rushen, bro.
Right.
Like I just can't. Right? It'd be like if Juan Moore come out and have like 30 straight number ones.
Right.
Right? I would just appreciate Boys to Men first.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I would give Juan Moore their credit. I'll give them their propers. Like, oh man, this dude's super talented. But the blueprint was already laid with artists that did that same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you could hear, like when you hear You Remind Me, right? The You Remind Me, that's Patrice Rushen.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Forget Me Nots. When you hear Forget Me Nots, that's Patrice. Bro, you can clap your hands twice and you know what the song.
Yep.
You know Forget Me Nots just off that.
Oh yeah.
Just off that. Right? And so I feel you, and I respect the fact, and I thank you for sharing that with us too. Right? Mm-hmm. In my personal space though, and I understand the way I'm thinking is flawed. But just wanted to throw that out there as one of the things I'm trying to figure out. Am I missing the Mary J train? Because I have Mary albums, bro.
Uh-huh.
I have like the first 2 Mary albums on repeat, and then the others I'll just grab a song here or there off the album off of Apple, like that song "Your Child" by Mary.
Love that song.
Yeah, like I'll grab that.
That was a great album. That whole album.
In this dancery. I like that song. Right. So,
I mean, I think that Mary definitely is an incredibly talented artist, and she had a really good music machine behind her. Like, they knew what fit her voice, and they knew how to bring out the best from her. And I think they surrounded her with incredibly talented songwriters and producers, as well as fantastic background vocalists to bring out her sound. I mean, when you can have Faith Evans and Big Bub doing your background vocals, I mean, come on, man. Like, she's that sound is fantastic. So, as well as other people that sang background for her. So I mean, I think, I could understand why you really like Mary. I would think that, I will say that I've noticed growing up, Mary was always very controversial, but she got a little bit more love and respect in different communities. I'm not saying our community, because I remember when I was young in school, I'd be like, they used to be like, oh, who you listen to? Oh, I'm listening to Mary J. And I'm also listening to Faith Evans. And people weren't really rocking with Faith Evans like that. They didn't know about her as well, as they did with Mary. It's like they would at least say, oh yeah, I've heard of Mary. I've listened to her songs. I like a couple songs from her. So they gave her that much respect. They gave her a little bit more than Faith Evans would get. So I definitely think that she's carved a niche for herself, and she definitely deserves to be, from her career where it started to where it is now. She definitely needs to be in conversations. I don't know. Go ahead.
Let me ask this. Let me ask you this: is Mary J. Blige in your top 3?
No.
Oh, no. Fritz, is Mary J. Blige in your top 3?
No.
No, top girl. What's going on?
She's amazing. Like, some of her albums been amazing, but sometimes she's had a lot of albums. But sometimes you get an album and you're like, what is this? And it's not consistency. Like, I think she probably is going off what she's feeling at the time, and it's just like the consistency. Like, if Happy Mary is certain, you get certain albums like, oh, this is Happy Mary, and this is Depressed Mary, and it's just like, wow. Like, it's just
so it's like Marvin Gaye albums.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Like Marvin Gaye albums, like,
but you go in expecting
Marvin,
something.
You get your frustrated Marvin. You get your in his bag Marvin. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of my favorite Marvin Gaye songs is Trouble Man. I love it, bro. I can't understand a word he's saying, because he's singing in that high. Yeah, but man, the music is incredible, bro. So I understand what you're saying about Mary.
But usually the person has a lane, like, oh, like I listen to this artist because this artist gives me this, and Mary just doesn't consistently give you the same thing.
Ooh.
And that's what.
So I gotta change sides. I gotta put you. I gotta put you over there with Ron, because basically, me and Triborough appreciate the artistry regardless of what we like. Experimentation.
Right.
You and Ron seems to like a lane.
But here's the thing. Here's the funny thing about Mary. Mary's a little interesting. Because even though I said what I said about her, I also believe that Mary has made one of the best R&B albums in history. Because the My Life album, like, if you told me, hey Ron, like, shout out to Felicia Lee because she brought up the deserted island thing. You put me on a deserted island.
Yep. So,
and I'm being very greedy. If you give me 10 albums that I could take, I'm being very greedy.
10
Okay?
albums, we had no room for food.
But
We're gonna be out
listen,
there going
man,
for a soccer ball.
I got an iPod.
Wilson!
I got a nice electronic device.
Oh, okay.
Share
'Cause
My World isn't. Wow.
no,
Okay.
no. Share My World is my favorite song. Period.
I
From
know
Mary.
that album is.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
the album's bad. I also like the song 7. I'm forgetting the name of it now. Whatever.
7 whole days.
7 whole days. Yeah, 7 days.
Yeah.
7 days.
Seven
That joint is fire. By the way, do you know who wrote and produced that song?
Wasn't that George Benson? No.
Damn it, you do know. Yes, it is George Benson.
Yeah.
He even sings background on it, and you could just
Right.
tell like that's a George Benson type of song.
Mhm.
But My Life, the My Life album is one of the best albums, period, in R&B
You
to
can
me.
say top 10 all time.
That album,
Top
yeah,
10.
I can listen to that start to finish and maybe skip one song. But that album's got like 16, 17 songs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
I
that
can skip
song.
one.
I'm gonna save Ron. I'm gonna say, and I gotta save him right here, right? Because I know he's passionate about this album. I'm gonna say that album is definitely a top 100 album of all time.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
But-
too low.
I think it's kind of overrated, but
That's too low.
But no, listen what I'm
Mm.
saying. I'm saying top 100 where you can rank it in the top 100 wherever you want.
Mhm.
But if you start to say albums like Confessions don't make the cut,
Of course, it makes the cut. That's what I'm
okay.
agreeing.
So that's 2 spots, right? That's
I
2
think that's
spots. That
overrated.
means there's only 8 other R&B albums can make that list.
Let me tell you something. Here's the thing about being on a deserted island.
Is 2
If
in
you
that
can,
list?
if you can
Is
only
Boys the
listen,
Men 2 in that list? I'm just asking. Does Boys the Men 2, is that a top 10
I
album
think
of
that's
all
a top
time?
10 for them. I think
Because
that's
if that's the case, now you only have 7 other places for R&B albums, bro.
Mm.
And you didn't even mention R. Kelly.
so the thing is, if I had to choose between 2 and the first album, Motown Philly, it would be tough for me. But I could probably pick 2 because
So
I
you
love
could-
50.
you would-
I
you
love
would
50
consider
Candles.
So you would consider putting both in the top 10 then, is what you're saying.
Mm.
Yeah, I could rock with both.
So that would leave 6 places for the rest of R&B history to fit albums in that top 10 list.
Yeah, I'm okay with that because I know where I'm going though. But see, because the thing is, my albums are albums that I know I could listen to, and I got multiple songs on these albums, so I got a lot of music. Some people will pick an album. Oh yeah, I really like this album. They got 4 of my favorite songs, and then the rest of the albums, like 10 other songs, are trash. I'm cool. I'm a deserted island. I'm gonna skip these songs. Nah, man, I want to be entertained.
Oh,
Ron,
I
I
don't know.
feel like I gotta challenge you on that, bro.
I'm here.
I just don't think What's the 411 is better than Share My World. I just don't.
Ooh.
No.
I
My
never
life.
got that
My
tape.
life. Not What's the 411.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's the 411 is
my-
the first one.
I say, My Life. I just can't see how My Life is better than Share My World. I just
Well,
don't.
let me just give you a little quick.
I mean, even
you know,
the skit with Keith Murray where he's like rhyming over the "Who Shot Your Beat," that was originally for him, and that was on that album.
Yep.
That's even the skit was fire.
Yep.
that's on the My Life album.
Yeah,
But I mean, you know, well, I don't know, because I like all these songs, so it's hard for me to say I like all these songs.
Yeah. But when I listened to it, I listened to it retrospectively. Like the album was no longer out. It wasn't. I wasn't listening to it as it was happening. I kind of went back to it, and I was like, "Oh, it's a vibe. Like the vibe works throughout."
So let me ask Fritz. So you came in. So your introduction to Mary was what album?
No, I remember her I remember her coming out like as an artist. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that, like after 05, after the breakthrough, that's when she wasn't consistent no more. Like she had some albums that was hit or miss.
I think that was the last time I was like happy. That's the first last time I went out and was like, yo, I'm buying a Mary album.
Yeah.
Sight Unseen, Midnight, Hit By. You know what I mean?
Right. All right. So Ron has me in a place where I feel like I need to go over his list. And I don't want to put him in the spot, but Ron put me on the spot. So I am going to ask Ron to name his top 10 albums, R&B albums of all time. And so this is the list according to Keeping It Ron. Right. And this is in no order, right? You don't have to put them in an order, Ron. I'm not putting you on that type of spot, right? I just have 10 spots here. You can shuffle the deck how you want to, right? But can you name your top 10 R&B albums of all time?
I can try.
So
really
Boys to Men 2 is there, right?
Boys to Men 2 is there, yeah. I would have to, if I had to pick one from them, the 2 would be there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, well, let me do this. All right. And what would be your second album?
I would say you gotta throw in obviously the Mary J album, the My Life.
All right. So My Life is also 94. Okay. I'm sorry.
90s bag.
Oh, Ron. This list is getting short fast, bro. All right. Who else you got?
Gotta go Usher. Confessions.
Usher,
baby.
Confessions. Oh, wow, Ron.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, bro. I don't know. This list is fast.
Wait till the end.
Oh, wow. Wait till the end.
Mariah Carey, Daydream.
Wait, what did you say?
Mariah Carey, Daydream.
Daydream. That's also 94, right?
You see a pattern? No, it's 95.
That's 95. Okay.
90s baby, man. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
What's the name of the? Hold on. I don't know the name of her album. Sheesh. Is it her name? It could be.
You think it's self-titled?
It is self-titled. Whitney Houston.
The one that came out in 95? I mean,
yes,
85?
Sir. Mm-hmm.
Right. My bad, y'all. I got this microphone in my face. The 1985. I believe the children of the future. Okay.
All right. And then I mean, this is my list, guys. So.
Yeah. I'm not trying to help you, bro.
What is the name of that album? I Remember You. That's Brian McKnight. It's also 95. Jeez. What's happening?
Oh, that's the album with on the down low. Maxine was 5'9", had a man she didn't like. That album, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Then we got what's the what is the name of it? That's it.
What is it?
Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life.
What year is that? 1978.
That one is what's the original year? 1976.
1976. Okay. Ron, you got roll.
It's getting crazy. Jodeci, Diary of a Mad Band.
That's my favorite one.
This is when it gets tricky.
Oh no, that's 93, right?
Yeah.
No, that's 94. Is it 93 or 94?
93.
93.
93, okay.
Hmm. Okay. This gets tricky here. It gets tricky. Wow.
Fritz, there are no albums from her up here.
I know.
Yeah, there you go. Hold on. Let me think of what their album is, because they got a lot of music themselves. Let me see what their album titles are. Hold on. Born to Sing, In Vogue.
Bro, if you didn't put this album on this list, we were gonna have beef after this, bro. Legit beef. I was like, yo, if this dude don't say In Vogue, bro.
That is definitely 1990.
All right. So either Michael Jackson or Prince won't make it.
Listen, it's a rough time, but I just got to be honest. And this is where I would go, Michael Jackson. That would be the last spot for me. But this is always going to be the conversation. Do you go Thriller? Do you go? What do you go? What do you do here?
Wait! You weren't thinking Off the Wall? You thinking Thriller?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Right. It's always a question, bro. Like, it's always a question. Which one do you go with? Hold on. Let me just take a quick look, real quick. Hold on.
Triborough, what are we sitting through, Triborough?
Huh?
What are we sitting through right now?
With Thriller? See, the question for me is Michael Jackson R&B or is he pop?
If Whitney Houston is here, Michael Jackson can be here in my mind.
Yeah.
It gotta be Thriller then. I mean, for me, I think Thriller, that's what made him an icon.
Yeah.
Man, I love Off the Wall and Thriller both a lot. It's tough. Jeez, I guess I'm gonna go Thriller. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know, man. I like both those albums a lot. So,
Fritz, what are you thinking as you look at this list?
Just 10.
I guess that's why it's tough, man. That's why it's tough. There's plenty more music that I can name and people that I listen to on a given basis, but I was trying to think of what I'd be happy with if I had to listen to these albums. Like what would give me the most joy and satisfaction. There's other artists. Like I would love to put Luther Vandross up here. I would love to put Marvin Gaye up here. I would love to put Prince up here. Um, the only thing with Prince is Purple Rain would have to be up here, right? I know that. That's obvious. But when I think about Prince's catalog, or when I think about Marvin Gaye's catalog, honestly, I don't like a lot of their albums. You know, they made some great music, but as far as whole albums, I don't actually like a lot of the albums. I've listened to a lot of Prince music that I never heard before. I ain't love it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm like, Prince made some wild stuff. So
Yeah.
and then with Marvin Gaye, if you go back, there was a point where I was doing like a whole classic R&B playlist, and I went back into Marvin Gaye's catalog. He has a lot of albums, and there's some songs I just don't like. Like he don't have a lot of hits on, on some of these albums, in my opinion.
So I noticed a trend in your R&B selection. You really like radio friendly albums, right? Like you really like albums with a lot of singles released and not mainstream, because that sound disrespectful and I don't want to be that way. But yeah, I remember you maybe doesn't go in that group, but all the others, I believe the Children of the Future, Dream Lover, come.
But the interesting thing about all of these albums is generally my favorite song on a lot of these albums is not the ballad that was released, or not the song that was released.
Right. Yeah. 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 I feel you. I feel that way about New Edition's Heartbreak album. I feel like the best song on their Heartbreak album is a song called Boys to Men, and the second best is I'm Coming Home, and they're listed back to back on the Heartbreak album.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like even the Daydream album that I have there, I put that because two of my favorite songs that she has is on this album, and they are not released. Most people don't even know them. One is called Melt Away, and the other one's called Underneath the Stars. Like most people don't even know those songs from Mariah Carey.
I think you were going to say Hero.
Yeah.
Fritz,
But yeah,
when you look at this list, when you look at this film list, if you can talk to Ron, what would you say is a Freudian omission on his list, knowing his sensibilities?
Oh, that he likes elevated music.
Shots fired. Okay.
Yes. Sade didn't make the list.
she would never.
What didn't make the list? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, Sade.
Sade didn't make the list.
Make what list?
His list.
Man, okay.
Why couldn't she though? I mean, she has classic albums.
Does she though? I don't know. I mean,
Love Deluxe. Y'all don't think Love Deluxe or Promise was a classic, stronger than Pride?
See, I guess I'm not that familiar with her albums either. I looked at the category, but when I looked at the category in the Sade, it was her greatest hits. So I wasn't paying attention to the albums.
Okay. Yeah, Luther didn't make your list.
Luther is
didn't make this list
because the album itself. When you look at if you give me a 12-song album, for example, if I can only point to 3 or 4 songs on that album, that's not a good album to me. I mean, that's not, who wants that percentage? If you're going into life, like that's not even 50%.
right? Okay.
But that's just me. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only honestly, when I look at this list, there's so many people that could have been on here. But the only one that I kind of like gritting my teeth at is Prince, Purple Rain not being here. That's the one that I'm like, I don't know. that would have to be here somewhere.
Yeah.
That's that one.
I think the fact that 12 play is not here is I think born into the 90s. I think it depends on what you like.
You know why he's not here. He would definitely be here. You know why he's not here. He would, honestly, if we were talking just what inspired you, what you loved, he's number one on this list. I don't care who I like, Usher, Boyz II Men. He is the reason why I really started loving R&B music. Him, Babyface. I didn't even put Babyface on here, and Babyface is my favorite producer.
The Lover is not here.
Hey man, this is a rough time.
Fritz, if you could add one song to the list and just make it 11, what would it be?
These are albums, though, right?
Yeah. If you can add an album to the list, yeah.
I have like none of these albums on my list.
That wasn't the question, Fritz. He said if you could add one to the list, what would it be?
What would it be? You don't have Thriller in your top 10 amazes me.
I did. You know what? I never listened to like Thriller like back to front.
Is it before your time?
Yeah, I was born in the 80s, so I wasn't listening to it.
So your real R&B era probably started with SWV and Escape and groups like that. Maybe around 13, 14 years old. Tevin Campbell,
12. And also my background has a lot to do with it because I grew up in the suburbs, and my school I was like one of a handful of black people. So unless I was with my family, I ain't hear these songs.
You was listening to All for One.
I was probably listening to Billy Joel at the time.
Okay. And for the record, I am a Billy Joel fan. Same. Right? Yeah, I'm a Billy Joel fan. So
I hear you, Felicia Lee. I'm going back and forth, Off the Wall and Thriller. It's a tough one.
I like Billy Joel and John Cougar Mellencamp. I like both of them.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I like a little bit of Bruce Springsteen, not a lot. Mm-hmm. I have to kind of pick my spots with Bruce Springsteen. I ain't gonna lie to you, but that's just my preference because I think there are a lot of just artists that came out in that era, like Robbie Neville had the song "C'est La Vie" for those that remember. C'est la vie, c'est la vie. Yeah. Annie Lennox, I like. Yeah. You remember Annie Lennox?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You like her with the group, or you like her when she went solo?
Solo.
Yeah.
I like her solo more than the Eurythmics. Even though, bro, in the club, you be in the club, and Sweet Dreams will come on, bro, and you hear that synthesizer, bro. You put that drink down, girl. Come on. You know what I'm saying?
You said put the drink down.
Yeah, man. Salute Felicia Lee, IKBM Dre, Miss Marl is in the building. Salute Tim is in the building. Salute everybody watching us on X, everybody watching us on YouTube, on Vibes and stuff. Thank y'all for coming through, hanging out with us. Ron put us on the spot with his musical taste. And when he
don't say that. Freezie put Ron on the spot with his music.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's probably more true. That's probably more true. But when you say an album is a top 10 album, and all the classic R&B albums that came out, like we're not even including D Train, Slave, the Pointer Sisters, Sister Sledge, even groups that fly under the radar like Surface. Like if you get a Surface album, it's gonna be quality from front to back. Mm-hmm. You're ready. When you buy Surface, you know it's only gonna be $9.99, but you are gonna get your $9.99 plus tax value out of a Surface album.
I mean, that could be the same with Atlantic Star.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna get good music from some of these groups. Like if we go into like it's too difficult to really categorize and quantify when you think of all the good music and all the talented people out there. The Gap Band, Midnight Star, the Temptations,
The SOS
the
band.
SOS. Like there's so many, the Miracles. Like there's so many groups out there. The Four
Shirley
Top that
Murdoch,
made
Ron
hits.
Zapp.
Like I can't. Like we could go on this forever. I can never. You
But
know what I mean?
that's why I said you put us in a weird place, because you said definitely top 10. And I'm like, Ron, are you
But
sure?
But you know what makes me happy about this list?
What's that?
This is me. This is my ears, and I know what I like to listen to.
Right,
So
right.
at least I'm happy that I'm not all over the place. Like I don't know what's my sound. This is my sound, and you can see the similarities by all of these artists, kind of what pocket they fit in. You could even see that I picked the bag. Like I'm in the 90s, like 94 to 95. I think I was happy as hell. Like
Right, right. I know this intro is not here though. Intro's first album.
Classic.
yeah, that's a good album. That's a really good
this
album.
Shy album, Comforter, is not here. I
Mm,
noticed SWV's first album is not here.
that's a good one too.
You know what I'm saying?
Even Escape.
Yeah.
Listen, all
Escape
of these groups. Listen, no, Escape is super talented. Even that first album with Tonight and all of the songs that they are very talented, and I loved listening to them. I knew that I was one of those few people that listened to them like every day. When that album came out, I was listening to them all the time. Even though they was making fun of them, they were ugly and all this stuff. I was still their voices. I was like, they incredible.
Oh yeah.
I'm with Ms. Morrow. I think SWV is extremely underrated. For that 5-year window from about 93 to 98, they were like, bro.
Yeah, incredible, bro.
Incredible.
I'll tell you one thing. If you guys put together a top 10 list,
I have mine ready.
bet you if we went down and went hit for hit, I bet you my hits blow them hits out the water.
Fritz.
Yeah, see,
I think that's a shot at Fritz. I think that's a veiled shot.
I think most of mine would be a lot of neo soul would be on mine. Because you know what, when I listen to a lot of like older music, so a lot of times I'm listening to the greatest hits. So you go back.
Oh, so you don't listen to them.
So I don't know these albums. Like I'll know like Harold Melvin and Blue Notes, but I'm like, I know songs and I'm probably listening to a greatest hits. I'm not listening to the individual albums. So you know what I mean?
And that's why I said for me, this made it a little bit more tricky because there's tons of artists that I love. I could put plenty of people, but then if I look, you tell me pick an album from this person, I'm like, I don't know, but there's greatest hits.
Yeah.
So let me ask the same thing to Triborough. Triborough, can you give me
I
a list of your top 10?
Yes, because I knew you was gonna do this. That's why I made my list. So
I didn't know I was gonna do it until Ron.
When you asked Ron, I was already writing my list out. So I'm like, I know he gonna go around.
Triborough been here before.
Yep.
Yeah,
so I got my list ready.
Because I respect y'all opinion, bro. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't just about, you know what I'm saying? So if you wanna do it in no particular order, because what I was gonna do for the room, I was gonna go back to Ron's list in about 30 or 40 minutes and ask him his top 3 of this list. That was my intent. Okay. Since we did it, right? And since now we're on Triborough Gigolo, it says we're on Triborough. Can you give us your top 10 R&B albums?
Right. So you want me to start from 1 to 10 or from 10 to 1?
No, it don't matter. However, what order you ever want.
Number 10, I'm gonna go with R. Kelly. I'm putting R. Kelly on the list. 12 play. Classic album.
Okay, and that's 1992, right?
93.
93, okay. All right.
Number 9, Sade, Love Deluxe.
Let me look that up. See what they had on there.
They had 9 songs on there, all fire.
What year is Love Deluxe?
That was 92.
Okay.
All right. Number 8, Aaliyah, Ain't Nothing But a Number.
Wait. Okay, so you giving me it in a specific order? Okay. All right, let me go.
Yeah, like from 10 to 1.
Okay.
pretty good. I mean, for Sade, for her ratio of having 9 songs, that's not a bad album.
Right.
Right. What's the Aaliyah album?
AJ Nothing But a Number.
Okay, and that's 92, right? 93?
That was 94.
Wow, that was 94.
Yeah. First
wow.
album, yeah. That was 94.
Okay.
All right. Number 7, I'm gonna go with Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life.
Okay.
All right. Number 6 is gonna be Stevie Wonder. My bad. We on number 6, right?
Yeah.
All right. Number 6 is gonna be D'Angelo, Voodoo.
Mm.
That's 99, right?
That was 2000.
2000, okay. Okay.
I don't know how Freezie even remembers some of these years. He was even close. I don't get it.
I have useless information, bro. A head full of useless information, bro. All right. Try number 5.
Number 5 is Mary J. Blige, My Life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Number 4 is gonna be Jodeci, Diary of a Madman.
You noticing a pattern, Fritz? You're gonna have to get hip to these albums, B.
Okay.
Ready for number 3? All right, number 3 is gonna be New Edition, Any Heartbreak.
Oh, the Heartbreak album. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now we talking. Okay.
Number 2 is gonna be Prince, Purple Rain.
That one's gonna hurt me.
Do you really wanna hurt me? Okay.
And number 1 is Thriller, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
This list is so disrespectful, bro.
I already know what you're gonna say. I got honorable mentions.
This list is so disrespectful. Thriller is 93, right? Okay.
No, Thriller is 82.
Thriller is 82. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. What font is that? That's okay. Oh my goodness, try. This list is awesome, bro. This list is so awesome that it just frustrates me looking at it.
Thank you.
All right, hey. Yeah, let me put it. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't share it. I should have shared it. My apologies, Try. So that's Try Barrow's list.
There's a lot that could have been on here too.
This list is so disrespectful to me, Fritz. Let me move this out of the way. I'm sorry, Try. This list is disrespectful to me in that we've gone through 2 lists and nobody said "Don't Be Cruel" by Bobby Brown.
I had that on the list. I took it off though,
Bro.
because you know why? Because when Ron mentioned Michael Jackson, and I was thinking, Thriller was more pop than R&B, so I didn't want to put it on there. I had Bobby Brown number 2.
Right.
No, I can't show my face. No.
Bobby Brown.
How did I forget "Don't Be Cruel"? B.
What are we even talking about, bro? Don't be cruel. It's not up here.
Nah, B.
That's my honorable mention.
Nobody look at my face. Nah.
Oh my God, bro.
I took it off.
Damn. How I forgot about "Don't Be Cruel."
Bro, bro, I'm telling you, saying that an album is top 10 definitively is like saying I don't like such and such. And you're like, but you ain't ever tried everything of such and such.
I didn't say it. You made me say it, Freezie.
No, I know. Fritz, didn't I say, bro, you sure you don't want to just say it's top 100? That way you can rank it anywhere in that top 100.
You have to
Nah,
eliminate
I didn't say
everybody
that,
else.
right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
nah, but honestly, I couldn't do top 100 is too much. I would have to streamline it a little bit.
No. I was saying the Mary album, My Life should be top 100, considered top 100, as opposed to top 10.
No, I could.
And I love My Life, bro.
I guess my whole thing is I'm more of, quantity over like incredible quality. Like you might have an album that has 3 songs and those 3 songs are your favorite songs ever in life, right? But if I can have an album that's got 12 songs and I can listen to 10 or 11 of those songs and some of them are gems in the middle of it, but the rest of the songs I really rock with and vibe to, I'm more likely than not, I'm happier to listen to that album, more. Those 3 songs may be the best, but I'm not going to listen to that album too much.
I'm more frustrated. I ain't gonna lie to you. I hear you and I understand your point, and I think you made it well, and I respect that. I'm more upset with Triborough Gigolo's list because I thought we were more like-minded, bro.
I had Bobby. I took Bobby off the last minute, but I had him on there because to me that's the best album.
Did you have Sons of Soul by Tony on it?
It was too many to put on the list. I had that. I had Tony Braxton first album.
I
don't know. It was just too much. If you told me like top 20, they would have went on it.
Bro, like how do we always sleep on that song Anniversary?
Mm-hmm.
We sleep
on
song. Anniversary, bro. It's a great
song.
And it's a song for you and your lady, right? It ain't like the a next song. You can find me it ain't that mess, right? Talk about a girl like she an object. Anniversary is like, yo, we've been together for a minute, and so this joint is so special to me that I'm writing a song about the day that we got together. And ladies, if you hear your man be like, yo, tomorrow will come and girl, I can't wait. It's our anniversary. Mm-hmm. Right? And this is at the same time, in the same decade where dudes is like, I saw you in the line at the club, the Bobby. I knew I was gonna wife you up and all that. Bro, you like, yo, you met at the club and you want to wife her over some champagne and dollars in the air? Yeah, that ain't R&B, bro. No disrespect to Next, because they make great music. I'm not saying that they're a bad band. I'm not saying that they can't sing. But what I'm saying is that groups like Tony, you know what I'm saying, put out this music that everybody can relate to. Like he had the song, like what the lead single is, If I Had No Loot. Like, would you still be with me if I was broke? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like these things, like we forget about those albums. And Ron, guess what? Sons of Soul, that album came out right in your bag, in the middle of your bag, 93, 94. Mm-hmm. I can't hear you, bro. I think Ron was cussing us out just now. But
yeah, my bad. If I had more than 10, yeah, definitely, man. I mean, listen, I left off one of my favorite groups' albums on here just to give you that top 10 list because I had to be real with myself. And I love one of them Drew Hill albums. Okay, I left them off. I left off Bobby Brown, man.
You left off Bobby Brown. And let's in fairness to Triborough though. Let's talk about Triborough list. Fritz, I already know you don't like this list off rip, right? Because it's not as contemporary, right? Mm-hmm. But so Triborough, why would you list? Why is the top of your list listing the GOATs? Like, why do you have so many GOATs on your list?
Because those are timeless albums that I went to growing up. I still play those albums even in 2024. Like, if I was on a deserted island, I could play those albums.
What's your favorite song of Thriller? I'm sorry.
My favorite song of Thriller, probably Beat It.
Pretty young thing. Repeat
Beat
after
It, Billie
me.
Jean. I mean,
Say,
take your pick.
nah, nah, nah.
The non-songs, they were all classic.
Okay. So what's your favorite song off of Purple Rain, if you don't mind?
When Doves Cry.
When Doves Cry?
Yeah.
That's the phrase I use when Knicks fans start crying over nothing. They're like, I mean, Cat is soft. And I'm like, yo, and this is what it sounds like when doves cry. Right? Complaining over nothing. Right. Even though when doves cry is not that, right? The whole Purple Rain album soundtrack, the lyrics, bro. Like I agree with Triborough on the When Doves Cry. I love that song. My favorite one is The Beautiful Ones.
Love that.
But when doves cry, Prince is telling you that his love for someone that he can't have has disturbed his heart so much, right? That even peace is sad. Y'all know doves stand for peace, right?
Right.
So when peace is disturbed, when he says, this is what it sounds like when I'm pouring my heart out to you, and this is what it sounds like when peace is upset.
Right.
Bro, like when you say something like that to a girl, bro, you saying some shit, bro. Like you spitting game, bro. Yeah. Like this is when doves cry, bro. Like, bro. So I feel you try on that. Okay. About the rest of your list, I noticed you didn't get exotic with your list, though. I know she played it safe.
I didn't really get crazy with it, so.
Like all of these albums, I think if somebody just walked in the door and just gave you their top 10, it would kind of look like Triborough's list. He played it super safe. I did, man. The fact that Sons of Soul is not here and Don't Be Cruel is not here.
But I mean, if you let us do a top 20, I'll add those albums, you know.
Bro, we'll be here till 9:30. And you know Fritz like to argue, bro. So we'd be here till like 11 o'clock. Fritz, do you have a problem with Triborough Gigolo's list? Is his list similar to yours?
No.
No, you don't have a problem, or his list is not similar.
No, it's a good list. Yeah, it's a good list. Okay. I'm you know what? Triborough, I thought you were younger than this, but
no. Okay. I look younger, but I'm actually older.
Yeah. Okay, no, it's like he must be younger than me.
How old are you?
4'4".
Yeah, when
I'm 46, so
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm 24. I just had a hard life though. It's a hard not life for us.
I see, but it's interesting. Like, yeah, I don't think too fondly of like things in my younger years. Maybe that's my list is very like new. Yeah.
Ooh, Fritz, what are you saying?
No, I'm just saying maybe it's me.
Oh, let's do the Fritz Alcindor list then. I really want to get back to your list, man. I really like Triborough's list. I really enjoy Ron's list also. The only thing though is there are some classic omissions in my opinion, but that's his list and not mine. So
and the difference too is, remember we did something like this before, but we did a list, and it was kind of a list if we were trying to tell someone what music sounds like, basically like this is what you should listen to
from 30 years ago. Yeah,
correct. Yeah. That's different. That I included different people. Like that was all over. I had Maxwell in there. I had different people in there. So that's different. But this is my list. Yes.
Right.
But I cannot believe I left Bobby Brown. That one's gonna hurt me. And Purple Rain, I'm done. I'm done.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. When you say it's top 10, I'm like, bro, you sure you don't want to say top 50?
Nah, B. I'd probably have like a CD player somewhere with Purple Rain and Bobby Brown like buried in the sand on the island that nobody knows about.
Oh yeah, the stash. So Fritz, you want to go from 10 to 1, or does it matter what order?
Doesn't matter what order.
Okay, all right.
I'm first gonna start with the albums that are just the artist and the album's name is the same. Going Tony Braxton. I already mentioned Tony Braxton, the Tony Braxton album. So
What year is that? 94?
93.
93?
yeah, that's like
Okay.
a classic album.
Yeah.
Like beginning to end, no skips.
Okay. All right. Bro, yo, let me ask you a question. I had a roommate. As a matter of fact, in the military, I had a battle buddy, bro. And no lie, both of them were Haitian and they didn't like each other. But the one thing they had in common was that Tony Braxton album. Is Tony Braxton a Caribbean thing?
I don't
I'm just
know.
asking. I'm just asking, just honestly.
I thought she was like West Indian when she first came out because she had like the short haircut. You know, she had like the what we call Douglas, like with the Indian
I'm not
look.
sure.
Right.
Yeah.
But she
So I thought she was.
she gives you that Anita. She gives you that Anita vibe sometimes.
Fritz.
She plays. She okay. This is one of my favorites.
Girl Anita. Why Anita always get dragged into everything, bro?
She's one of them goats. She's one of them goats.
Okay. Now I ain't gonna to disturb this groove. Who's your number 9?
Kenny Lattimore, the Kenny self-titled album. Yeah,
That's a good one.
Is that
beginning to
97
end, no
or 98?
skips.
Is
That
that
was
97 or
96. I think it was 96.
96. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna go next is Janet Jackson. I can't get off Sign of the Decade because that's kind of that's like a greatest hits, but Velvet Rope.
Velvet Rope.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's 96, right?
No, that was 97. I think 98.
I thought Demita Joe was 97.
It was
No.
90. It was 97.
Demita Joe was like in the 2000s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we already mentioned it. Mary J. Blige, Share My World. It's one of my top 10.
That's a good one.
Is that also 97?
96.
The next one's a little bit more recent. It's gonna be Maxwell's Black Summer Night.
That's a good one.
Black Summer Night?
Black Summer Night, I think, right?
Yeah.
What year is that?
It's definitely 2000s.
Yeah, that was that 05?
2009.
2009.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know if I can get this one off, but her volume 1 and 2. If you're gonna split them in half, it's gonna be 2. If you're gonna split them in half, volume 2.
Okay. What year is that?
I didn't hear that one.
That's 2021, right?
Yeah, it's pretty recent.
I think that's 2021. I'm not for sure.
2017.
2017. Okay.
Okay. Next one. Neo's Because of You is.
What's the name of the album again?
Because of You.
Because of You. Oh, that has my joint on it. Where's my phone at? What year is that?
2007.
That's got Champagne Life on it, right?
No, the Champagne Life is later.
Okay.
I think so.
Champagne Life is 2011, right?
Okay. Champagne Life. 2010. 2010 for Champagne Life. Yeah, it was on Libra scale. Yeah.
Okay. And what's your third one?
Oh, it's gonna be Jagged Edge, J Heartbreak.
That's
Classic.
interesting.
Classic album.
Classic album.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm just trying to figure this out. Fritz's
Hey,
ears are very different.
That's 1990.
No, that was 2000.
That was 2000.
2000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good album.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
And Joe, My Name is Joe.
That's a good one too.
I'm laughing at Ron. He can't see. What's the name of it, Joe? Because what is it?
My Name is Joe.
I'm laughing at Ron. He can't see. And what year is that? That's 1997, right?
Let's see.
2000.
2000.
Yeah.
All right. And what's your number one album?
Usher Confessions. It's a very neo soul list. So
It's a very light voice list.
He said Neo, so get it, Neo. I see what you did there.
Neo. Oh no pun intended.
Hmm.
my list is very different from your guys' list.
I mean, I guess.
So what are y'all thinking?
I don't know. I can't. I don't know. Like, I have no issue with Usher. I have no issue with Joe, Jagged Edge. These are all good albums. Then Because of You album, I think there's another album from Neo that I like better. But I like Neo. Her, I'll be honest, I need to listen to more of her. I like her stuff, but I got to listen to it a little bit more deeper to figure out how I really feel about her. Maxwell Black Summer Night, I like that. It's a good album. Mary J's good album. And like I said, I love that song on that album. Janet Jackson Velvet Rope is good, but I think there's another Janet Jackson album that I like more.
Yeah, the Janet's the one I was like, I couldn't wasn't 100% on it, like because I'm kind of thinking back to it. I'm like,
Y'all are so
did I
disrespectful.
listen to the whole album?
Y'all are so disrespectful.
And the Kenny Lattimore, I like For You, of course, but I've just never really.
How is Kenny Lattimore on somebody's list and Control is not? Is Janet, Miss Jackson, If You Nasty, made nobody's list?
I should add on my list again. Is she R&B or pop?
Yeah, it's kind of in there. We said R&B.
Right.
Yeah, this is R&B. Yeah,
I know, but she's considered a pop artist as well, though. Like more than R&B.
But hey, man, if Michael Jackson,
she didn't make that switch yet. Like she didn't. Velvet Rope is R&B.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Control was produced by R&B producers.
Right.
Right? Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, right? They produced New Edition, a lot of other guys on people's lists. Right. You know what I'm saying?
It's fair.
Yeah, so they called Janet,
And that Tony Braxton, by the way, is a really good pick. That's a good album. That's a really good album. It can make my top 10, but
it's the unskippable album. This is the unskippable album.
Control is not unskippable.
I don't remember Control as it came out. That's the reason I don't put it in there.
Yeah, Fritz, I ain't gonna lie to you. This is your list, right? But I just want to say this one thing. I remember being an 18-year-old or 17-year-old senior in high school, right? And Janet had this song called "Let's Wait a While," right?
Oh yeah,
I really love this girl, right? You know, I mean, love in a teenager sense. I really love this girl, man. And I was just like out of control with her, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else is doing such and such. What about us? You know, you gonna move my girl. I'm 17. She's 17. I'm telling you, you're gonna be my girl for life. Imagine a 17-year-old telling another 17, you're gonna be my lady forever. She's like, but we just 17. Why don't we just wait? Just why are we in such a rush? And she sat me on the. You remember the little skinny radios that had a dual tape deck in it?
Mm-hmm.
Trevor, you remember those?
Yeah, I have one of those
for like $30,
mm-hmm.
and you could and put the D back. I sat on her stoop, and we was talking, and she played the Control album, and I was like, yo, I don't know what it is that I'm feeling right now, but I really like this girl, and I really like that album, right? Because to me, with me, right, I'm listening at the same, because I think Control came out in 86, I think 86.
Yeah,
86. I know we played it a lot in 87.
Right.
And to me, one of the greatest one of the greatest R&B albums of all time came out in 87, and y'all should be ashamed y'all didn't list it. The Keith Sweat album came out in 1987 with I Wanna and Make It Last Forever. And I'm like, yo, they didn't list Keith Sweat.
Yeah.
But damn, Kenny Lattimore's on somebody's list. And listen, it's somebody else's list, and I could make my own list. And we all have.
I was waiting.
Bro,
I don't see a Freezie list.
Right.
Yeah. Now I'm not doing a list because I can't do a top 10. Because I have every album ranked in the top 100.
Mm.
I don't because y'all know me, like my music. So my music taste stays the same, but the rotation of artists, I have a broad range of sensibilities. Like sometimes you ask me about R&B and I don't want to hear R&B, right? Sometimes I just want to hear some gospel. Sometimes I want to hear some metal, right? Sometimes, like right now, my favorite song on planet Earth ever in this moment is Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. Right now, that's my favorite song. Right, my second favorite song is "I Shot the Sheriff" by Bob Marley. Right, and so my sensibilities change; they rotate, like they'll go away and then they'll come back. They'll go away and then they'll come back. I don't like rest in it, and I know that sounds like I'm dodging the thing, like I put y'all on the spot, but that's not how I am with music, man. I think music comes and goes. Like sometimes a new artist will come out. And I'll just vibe to that. Yeah, I remember when I mentioned Elle Varner. Remember Elle Varner when I mentioned her?
Yeah.
I was like in the Elle Varner bag one time. Right? Like anything Elle. Yeah, I remember Ari Lennox. I was in the Ari Lennox. Oh my God, bro. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is it like it goes and that's why I was saying, man, I don't know if I have a top 10 R&B list of all time, because there are some albums that are so great. They're like on that personal level. I just don't want to share some of it with you because it reached me on that level. Like, for instance, the Guy album, the one with Let's Chill on it.
Yeah.
It reached me on that level. Like, I'm like, man, I don't care if they like that Guy album or not. I love it. Right? I don't care. And no disrespect to y'all. I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way. I'm just saying, like, when I hear that Guy album, I think back to being 19, 20 years old, trying to find my way with the ladies, trying to find out who I am as a person. And then you seeing somebody you kind of like, not knowing what to say to them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, Fritz, I remember I was standing in Journal Square and this lady walked by. I knew she was older than me. She was old as I was about 20. She was old as hell. She had to be at least 24. I was like, hey, this lady old. But the first thing I said to her, Fritz, is, I know you got a lot of groupies. She's like, what'd you say, sir? I said, yeah, I know you got a lot of groupies. Because I couldn't find nothing else to say to her. I didn't know how to start the conversation. And so that's why those songs, those albums, when we talk about quality or whatever it is, like some of those albums, it wasn't even about the quality. It's just about how those albums spoke to me at that time. You know how like an album catch you at a certain time and it's with you forever? Kind of like how the
Just Like You. Yeah,
what is it?
That's the album. I think Keisha Cole, just like you, but I'm pretty sure nobody has Keisha Cole on theirs.
Or Confessions.
Unless-
You know how for the 40-somethings, Confessions caught y'all at that time where y'all were like 20, 21, whatever, and y'all might have been going through the same thing as Usher when the Confession album came out.
Mhm.
And so on everybody's list, Confessions is going to be on it because it hit y'all like right at the right time, just like that Keith Sweat album hit me at that time where I was just old enough to try to sneak into clubs, and I was just old enough to try to figure out what I liked and didn't like. And for that reason, I say albums like Keith Sweat's first album is a classic. Guy's album is a classic. Bobby Brown's album is a classic. Tender Lover is a classic. You notice how I'm saying classic, but all of them came out in that same 87, 88 time frame. Just like Ron in that 93, 94 time frame. Like you get in that certain. And so that's why when you mention your list, I was like, nah, I know me and Tri Burrow are gonna be together on this. I know he gonna say Keith Sweat and Bobby Brown. And when he didn't say Keith Sweat or Bobby Brown or Janet Jackson Control, I was like, no.
Bobby had to go because Michael had to be on that list. That's why he left. You know, I mean, because once Ron said Thriller, I had to have Thriller and Purple Rain because those are like two of my favorite albums growing up.
Well, let me ask y'all this then. Let me ask y'all this. So Lee says, you're right. Control is a great album. Forgot how good. Yeah, that album that's a great album. For all the 50 plus people out there that are like right at 50, like the young 50-year-olds or maybe older. When you heard that Control album, you like, yo, she going through the same thing I'm going through right now. You know what I'm saying? Moms don't want me to go to the military. Pop's trying to run me out of town. He don't care where I go, as long as I leave, go somewhere. Right. And so I'm in the military, thinking about the military. Control is out, not trying to find my way. Who am I as a person? Right. Trying to get all my life decisions in a row to figure out who I am. And then Janet comes out with an album called Control, where she going through the same thing I'm going through. Right. Y'all stop trying to control. I'm not a kid no more. Right. I'm trying to figure out love. I'm trying to figure out who I am and all these type of things. That's why when I heard when I didn't see Control, I was like, So try. That's why I thought we were. But your list is great though.
Thanks.
How important is lyrics to you? Are lyrics to y'all?
For R&B?
Yeah.
I think it's very important, especially now for R&B. I think when you listen to like the 70s R&B, it was more tasteful, when it came to like lovemaking, as opposed to now where they're just blatant with it. They just,
they just get straight to it. Yeah, you're like, yo, come on, bro.
It's nothing that you can play like around your kids. Like 70s music, when you listen to Teddy Pendergrass or Smokey Robinson, they had class when it came to, lovemaking, and I'm not hearing that in R&B today.
Yeah, a lot of things were coded, like it's coded.
Yeah,
coded in the lyrics, and now it's like it's so like literal.
yeah. Forget innuendo.
Yeah,
right. There's no innuendo. It's like straight to it, right?
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah. Aretha said, "I'm gonna knock on your door. I'm gonna rap on your window pane until you come back to me. That's what I'm gonna do." Right. But next said, "You can find me, bro." I hate that song so much, bro. I hate Wifey with all my heart, bro. I hate that song so much.
It's a tough one to make an argument for. I will say that. It is a tough one to make an argument for. I was just thinking, because when you brought up Guy, that Let's Chill song is really interesting, right? Because you got the production by Teddy Riley, you got the lyrics written by Keith Sweat, and then you got background vocals by Tony Thompson from High Five. That's a very interesting song, and I like it. I mean, who doesn't like it? It's a really good one, but I just think that's very interesting how that came together. I was going to say something different, but man, the I
Yo,
think that when Free,
who is? Let me ask you, since you're an R&B genius, what is the first group Teddy Riley was in? Don't Google it, bro. Don't Google it. The first group Teddy Riley was in. I'm just gonna see if I'm dealing with R&B geniuses or if y'all just know a lot of stuff.
I don't know. I thought it was God.
No, it's not Guy.
No, it's not Guy. And I know this, but I don't remember this.
It's him and
Teddy-
Timmy Gatlin were in a group called Kids at Work.
Oh wow.
Kids at Work, yeah.
Yeah, Kids at Work. Right.
I did hear this before. This was the trivia, and I forgot. I didn't. I heard this though. Yeah, I didn't know that group though. It's good, Freezie.
Yeah,
you are. Yeah, man.
All useless facts, bro.
Hey, listen. Shoot. Now you made me forget what I was gonna say. Damn. What was it? Oh, yeah. You said something that I think is interesting, and I think this probably for a lot of people. But I've never been that way. So when you say it, I can relate to it because I can understand where you're coming from, but
right.
I can't relate personally because I've never felt that same feeling. When I listen to music, honestly, it doesn't take me anywhere. I just listen to music because I like it. I like the sound of it. I like the vibe it gives off. But no songs that I really listen to kind of put me in my own personal place. You know what I mean? I don't say, man, I remember this time or this song reminds me of this. For whatever reason, I don't have that connection to music. I never say, you know what I mean? I remember I loved this song back in 87 because this was my childhood girlfriend and we went, I don't know. I never really get that type of connection with music. I don't know why that is, but I know a lot of people do. But for me, I just listen to music. That's why I don't really like Sade like that. But if I did, I could listen to her music. That's slow, like melodic, drink a coffee, look out the window at the rain. Like I could listen.
You can listen to that night all day long, right?
I could listen to it all day long.
Do you ever sing along? That's the only thing with Sade. Can't sing along. You can listen to it.
No,
can't
sing
sing
along. So.
No.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite, bro. Trouble. I'm so much of the opposite. I remember the first time I kissed a girl, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I kissed a girl to this song called "After the Love Is Gone" by Earth, Wind and Fire. Right, right. At a little dance, you know what I'm saying? And "After the Love Is Gone" is playing, and I was fresh, boy. You remember the shirts with the collars come always? Yeah. Remember the collars? Mm-hmm. I said my mom showed me a picture of it, man. I had like a big monster, natural. Like this is the little part going on. They had the little angle part. That was the style. That was like cutting edge right there to get a part in your hair. That was like
it was
because what happened is before that we used to just take a comb and separate our hair and part, right? And then when you told the barber, "Hey man, I got 75 cents, man. You can put a part in there." He like, "Your parts cost $1." And you're like, "Damn, bro, you can't hook me. I'm going to the dance." Yeah. Uncle Freezie, parts cost $1. I'm like, "Bro, all I got is 3/4." And he's like, "Yo, I tell you what, if you sweep up the hair off the floor, I give you a part." Right? And yo, he gave me the part, man. I went around the little joint, swept up all the hair off the floor, and looked in the mirror, man. I left. You could not tell me I was not clean. I knew I was gonna kiss a girl because I had a part in my hair. I paid $1 for it. Nice. And when we went to the joint, the little dance, the little spring fling, and I know y'all rich, man. Y'all don't know what it's like growing up in the hood with no money and all that stuff, no bread. Both of your parents working overtime to pay bills and all that stuff. And I had 75 cents. I had saved it, bro. Saved it because I wanted a part. And I finally, man. And I went and I was short. He was like, "You sweep the floor, man. I'll go ahead and give you a part." And Fritz, guess what? I swept the floor and got that part. He didn't even ask me for the 75 cents. Bim! That's a story right there. And after the love is gone, come on, man. I see the girl, whatever. But fast forward, the dance is over. We walking out the door and we walking towards. You know how they got the big. Even at school, they used to have the big, heavy metal doors. Where you had to jam the thing to open them up to go outside. Mm-hmm. And so we headed outside. We headed down this long hallway, walking side by side. I'm just talking like, I've been having my eyes on you for all this long time. I'm glad that we finally got a chance to, just saying, trying to pour your heart out a little bit, but not a lot. Don't make the thing awkward. right? And so I remember she reached over and grabbed my pinky finger, right? She reached over and grabbed my pinky finger, and I looked at her, and she pulled me to a wall, and she smooched me on my lips, bro. Right there, bro. Right then, and as a 12-year, and see, as a 12-year-old, you kiss a girl, you a man, bro. You're a man. You're a man now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it wasn't one of them stupid kisses like your aunt give you, like your aunt come over for Christmas. She be smooching you all in the face.
Mhm.
You know, it hurt to give you a concussion trying to kiss you. Nah, it was a little girl. And I was a little boy, by the way. So we, boy and girl, little thing. I messed around and get a kiss, and then my homeboys saw it, bro. My homeboys saw it, bro. You know, you got the little air in your chest. Yeah, I'm a man now. And bro, I could have almost smoked a cigarette, bro. Fritz, I was in such a moment, bro. I could have went to the upper room after that moment, bro. The first kiss from a girl after the love is gone.
Life is complete.
And life is good. Yeah, there's nothing else for me to do here. I'm just gonna go to the upper room. So those are like my connections with music. Like when I hear music, I always think back to like a certain thing. You know what I'm saying? Music takes me places, and I'm willing to go on that journey with that music. And it's the reason why I can listen to all types of music, because even though every musician is not saying the same thing, or they come from different backgrounds and stuff, I feel like I'm free to go on that journey with them. Like I can listen to 9 Inch Nails. I can listen to Al Green, right? I can listen to Guns N' Roses. I can listen to James Brown, because I can go on that journey. I can listen to Luther Vandross sing covers of other artists. And Luther Vandross can do a cover of a song, and you wouldn't even know that it's a cover because he own it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where music takes me. That's why when we talk about the albums, I'm like, hey man, you know, that intro album take me somewhere, because I was I'll never forget. I was, and not to get too chatty, Fritz, but I remember I was getting ready to go to a place called Somalia in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you ever saw that movie Black Hawk Down?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I'm getting ready to go to that place, right? I'm going to get ready to go to that place, and the intro, I'll never forget. I bought the MC Light album, the one with Poor Georgie on it.
Act Like You Know.
Yeah. I got that album. I bought the next album with was Roughneck out?
That was Ain't No Other. That was 93.
Yeah, and then I bought two albums. I know the Poor Georgie album was old, right? I knew that album was old, but I had I was buying the new MC Light album, and I bought Intro, because everybody back home was like, "Yo, that Intro album fire! You gotta listen to Come Inside." That's what they was telling me, and this is before Come Inside was actually released.
Right.
You know, and so I was like, "Okay, I'll listen to Come Inside." And they're like, "No, you gotta listen to Come Inside," and I'm like, okay. "All right, I'll listen to it." "Nah, for real." And I was like, okay. And then it's like, "Nah, Uncle Freezie." I'm like, "All right, I'll listen to it." And they're like, "Yo, okay, I'll listen to it." Damn. And so I bought that Intro, and it was one other album I bought that I think it was Jade. And I was staging going to Bosnia, and I found out like a bunch of my homeboys was like in a firefight over there. Like they called us on the phone like, "Hey man, you know such and such, and man, they got shot." And when you young, you know that's where you going. Your homeboys was in danger. None of them got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Thank God none of them got hurt, but they was getting shot at. Like they were like, "Yo, you can hear it's like ping, 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 ping." And I was like, and that's where I'm going. And then I'm listening to these albums over here, not knowing if I'm ever gonna come back to this place where I heard them albums and stuff at. So it's like, so Fritz, for me, going on that journey, like takes me to these different places or whatever. Like I can remember, you know what I'm saying, like these things, right? So unlike Ron, like Ron can appreciate the artistry for what it is and its separatism. With me, I get immersed in it, and so I get a connection to the artist through immersion, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Yeah, I can agree with Ron because I was like that for a while. I was just enjoying the music until your first heartbreak, and then those songs start connecting.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's what they meant.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so it's like, mm-mm.
Yeah. I got real chatty on that, but I didn't know of another way to describe how I felt about those songs, about that music.
Mm-hmm.
And the irony is when we leave, we go, we do our thing, whatever. And over there, I see a dude walking out of a store, and he has 2 albums in his bag, and he holding it to his chest. I'm like, hey, bro, what you got? What you got, bro? What you got? He like, nah, bro, you can't see this. You can't. Guess what he got? Guess what he holding, trying to hide from me?
What do you got?
Midnight Marauders and Into the 36 Chambers.
Classics.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
This dude right here, you don't know nothing about this. And I'm like, yeah, I know a Tribe Called Quest. I'm about a Tribe Called Quest. This Wu-Tang thing, I don't know, bro. What's their name again? Wu-Tang Clan? What kind of name is that? This is what I'm thinking. Wu-Tang Clan, they try. I mean, what's they do karate? I mean, what?
Yeah.
So, but turned out to be classic. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Ron, my bad, man. I ain't mean to stomp all over the point, but just trying to explain your connection to music is kind of difficult because if I say, yeah, I just connect to a certain style of music, and then you'll ask me something, well, why didn't you connect to the Braxtons, but you love Tony? Right? See, I can't explain that. I can't explain why I can't connect to some in the same genre, but love one or two in that genre. You feel me?
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah,
it's different. It's different, and I get it.
Yeah, man. Try. You see, but you do see why I was saying that doing a top 10 R&B albums of all time is difficult, right?
I mean, it's not for me. I just knew what I wanted to put on it. There was just some albums like the Bobby Brown one I just took off, and I put Michael on it because Michael had to be on it.
Y'all don't like Shirley Murdoch?
As We Lay, Shirley Murdoch. Yeah.
I don't really know her. No, but she was like in not only R&B, but she was like gospel is like a whole. It's like isn't like 2 genres.
Yeah. She had some. To me, her best song is a song called "Go On Without You." Classic, classic, bro. Not As We Lay, not Husband, but "Go On Without You" to me is like her best joint. Like there was an era where the ladies really dominated. Bro, there was an era like the Whitney Houston era. There were a lot of ladies that just dominated, just classic. Vesta.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Hey, you like Ron? You like Vesta?
Oh yeah. I mean, I haven't heard everything Vesta's done, but there's about 3 songs that I think of with Vesta that I liked a lot. Yeah. So I've always liked Vesta, and she got a powerful voice.
Angela Winbush?
Angela Winbush is another one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let me ask y'all this.
I have no clue what you're talking about. You just said 2 names. I'm like, I ain't never heard of them 2 people ever.
Vesta, Angela Winbush.
Have you heard of Bilal?
Yeah, Bilal.
Yeah.
Raheem Devon.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Raheem, I seen him in the concert like.
Yeah, because I can see, because I know where your musicality lies. I see your bag.
Yeah.
I get it.
You like Rashawn Patterson?
Yeah.
Okay. You like Prophet Jones?
I've heard of him. No, I don't think I know the music.
Oh my God, I'm getting the car right now, man. Hey, text me your address, bro. Prophet Jones, bro.
Oh, wait, around what year is it?
They're around the Akon time, like whenever Akon came out.
Okay, those are lost years for me. I was working like 100-hour weeks.
I was gonna say, you was locked up, bro. You was bidding or something. You eating peanut butter sandwiches, doing push-ups, bro. What I mean, you was reading the Bible.
I was working. There was a couple years in there, like literally people talk like sports stuff. I'm like, I don't remember none of that.
Wow.
Yo, like so Lee says, congratulations, bro. Congratulations when congratulations was on the bro. I remember my girl mom made us go downtown to buy her that. Do you remember when singles used to be on tapes? You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Trevor, you remember that?
Yep.
Yeah, when you could go buy the tape. And she's like, nah, I ain't want the whole album. I just want that song. Mm-hmm. And I remember she gave me $3. And I was like, this might not be enough. I'm being tested right now. Is she gonna see if I come back without it, if it was more than $3, or is she gonna see if I put the money to it and she can trust me with stuff? In my mind is like, I'm not buying her. If it's over $3, she gonna have to tape it off the radio. This is what I'm thinking in my mind. But I'm taking her daughter downtown though. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, congratulations, man. Vesta had a Ron. I think the most underrated song. So 2 of the most underrated songs that ever came out that did not blow up and be smashes. One is a song called "You and I" by Jodeci on Jodeci's first album, "You and I." Right, it wasn't an album cut. I think it's the best song on the album. Right, and then it's a song by Vesta called "Sweet Sweet Love." And when you hear it, you like, why is this song not the greatest song of all time? Right. It's like it Ron, I tell you, I'll put one in context. It gives you the vibes of Trying Times by Boyz II Men.
Right.
You remember that song Trying Times?
Of course.
When you hear Trying Times, you're like, yo, this is the best song on the album. Why didn't they release this? Or 50 Candles. You're like, yo, why is this song is better than End of the Road? In my opinion, it's better than End of the Road. Now, I know others can. To me, I go to the end of the road. I ain't not a fan, right? Not a fan. But
it's a karaoke favorite though.
It's a real good. It's a feel good song. You know, brings everybody together.
It's a karaoke favorite.
But 50 Candles is like Trying Times. Those are those take you. Yeah.
Out of here, bro. Hey, Try, can I pick your brain about something?
Yeah.
Who's the most underrated female R&B group of the 90s? I'm gonna put it on the screen. I'm gonna put that question on the screen.
R&B group. So the 90s. Wow.
I know where Freezie's going with this.
I would say 702. You know, I think they were under the radar a little bit. Brownstone was good too. I think they were, you know, under the radar too. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot.
So Fritz, who do you think is the most underrated female or group of the 90s?
Underrated?
Yeah, I was thinking Deborah Cox for a minute.
Oh, you said groups though.
No, artists or group or artists, whichever. Because I could throw Faith in there.
I know, but for you talking about talent or hit?
Everything. However you define it.
To me, is like a favorite. To me, is like voices 10.
Okay. Lee, remember Sweet Love. Lee, you remember Sweet Sweet Love? Yeah, man, Sweet Sweet Love was fire. I love that song. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Tamia is actually a really good pick.
Yeah.
Tamia? You said Tamia?
Mm-hmm.
So who do you have, Ron? Artists, female artist group, whatever. Most underrated.
No, I was gonna say Tamia. No, I'm just joking. No. But no, Tamia is a really good, because I always feel like Tamia was underrated, and I think she was wasted by Quincy Jones and his label. But that's my own opinion. Honestly,
Mocha Steph? No, you don't like females singing over rap beats?
it's all right. Yeah, I don't have no problem with that. That's what Mary J. That how she laid her calling. Yeah, yeah. R&B soul, the queen. But I think the group that I would say, well, I would say group. I would say the group that I would say most people have very severely underrated them, and I think it's because of the time they came out in and the way they were looked at in the industry. Is Escape. I think Escape is phenomenal, and they should have been bigger than they were, but because they got that bad stigma and they're the ugly girls and they were the butt of everybody's jokes.
They dressed
People
up like they
hated.
dressed like little boys, bro.
I
They dressed
know.
like
I
Chris
mean,
Rock.
it's true,
My
but they didn't
mind
take their
Escape
talent
was like
seriously.
they was a hit
Yeah.
because they had the it factor. Not only the music was good, but they had like, at the time, like it's a man's, it's kind of like a man's industry, and they kind of had like that same stardom a man would have, or the you know the male groups did.
Until Biggie said what he said.
I felt like that
And
before Biggie said it, though.
well, yeah, and but they said them personally, they said when Biggie said what he said, everything changed. So
Yeah, they had to get out of them, bro. Why y'all dressed up like crisscross, bro? Their image was terrible. Yeah, and Candy is a little cutie too, by the way. And yeah, he had her dressed up like she the brat backup dancer. Come on, bro. You ain't showing it, man. Let them live. Come on, right? Try, bro. Try. To me, the most underrated female artist or group during that era is Jeanne.
Jeanne,
Definitely.
yes, yeah, I knew he was going there. Yeah,
I
To
agree.
me,
I agree.
and it's because Jeanne fit all regardless what the music was doing. Whether you were in a Tevin Campbell bag, you can listen to Jeanne. If you was in a Montel Jordan bag, you can listen to Jeanne. If you was in a Dina Howard bag, you can listen to Jeanne too. Right. The other person, and I'll throw in another person just really, really quick. I'm not for sure if she's all 90s, but Kelly Price is a name that we forget about a lot.
Groove Theory, yeah. For that one album, definitely.
Yeah, Groove Theory.
Yeah.
Groove Theory is oh man, Groove Theory.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jeanne it's a crime that Jeanne is not talked about more than what they are. Because they had to because for the record, at first they sang over hip hop beats. Their producer was KG.
Yep.
From Naughty by Nature.
Yeah.
Right. So when you think about that and Escape, they come out around the same time, like 93-ish, 94-ish. You're like, they have this song called La 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 on their first album.
Yeah.
And bro, Ron, have you ever heard it? La La La.
I have.
Fritz, have you ever heard it? Bro, the song is so soulful that you ain't even gotta say nothing, bro. You just walk in the house and just play La La La, and your girl will be like, "Oh, that's how you was feeling? I didn't know. Why didn't you tell me?" The song, the trumpet, the dude playing the trumpet in that song, bro. You're like, it's just a connection, bro.
Was you buying all these albums? Because I know we coming to like I can look past 96 and everybody was like burning CDs, so we can listen to all that stuff. But like when you get into like early 90s, like these are things you had to actually go out and buy.
and so on that note, for the reason why you say that, I mean the reason why I feel like I feel is because of what you just said. That's why when Triborough be trying to tell me the Gina Thompson album is I be mad as hell, bro. I bought that shit, bro. That is trash.
I never said that,
bro. All I got is $20 extra, and I'm trying to squeeze in 2 albums, right? All I got is $20, so I'm trying to squeeze in. I ain't got, you know how it is, like you don't have no date, you ain't got no plan. You like, yo, I guess I just go home and play the PlayStation or something, right? Or play the Super Nintendo or something and get 2 albums or whatever. And yes, PlayStation, not PlayStation 2, not PlayStation. I'm talking about like the PlayStation, right? Or you ain't got a date, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you and your girl fell out Wednesday or whatever. Y'all need a little break from each other. Y'all not going nowhere. Maybe you ain't got no gas in the car. And bro, I'll never forget this as long as I live, bro. Me and my cousin go in a store and a song called Sounds Familiar, right? And maybe I'm getting the albums wrong, but it's the purpose of what I'm saying is more important, right? He buys the Set It Off soundtrack. He buys the Set It Off soundtrack, and he buys oh my god, the new SWV album.
Okay.
And I go in there and I buy Gina Thompson and Puff Johnson.
Wow.
Yo, Ron, that was the worst Friday night of my life, bro. I spent my last $20 on 2 trash albums, bro. Gina Thompson album and Puff Johnson.
Man.
The dude was like, and the dude in Sounds Familiar was like, yo, you better hurry up. I just put them albums out there, bro. You don't know how long they're gonna be there. And when I looked, the albums were stacked up to the ceiling. And I was like, yo, I better hurry up and get one before they run out.
Man.
They were stacked up to the ceiling because nobody was buying it.
Man. You go out and buy this. You go out and buy the album, and the one song on the radio is the only one on the album.
Yeah.
And my first CD, what was my first CD I ever bought? I think it was it Chico DeBarge? It wasn't even L. It was Chico. I don't think his first album was all that great, but that was my first album. It was like $16 or something like that.
You spent $16 on the album?
16, I think it was like 16. It was like a CD.
You had money, bro. Because I had like $20 and I had to get something to eat at the mall and buy 2 albums. I was on a real budget, bro. It was like on a real budget. My check was $118 a week.
Maybe it was $12. Maybe it was like $11.99. Okay, if you bought an album on the first week, it was $11.99. If you wait, it's more money.
Yeah. Try. You ever did that? Like spent your last $20 on 2 albums, and you get them home, and they wind up being trash.
I bought 2 albums. I remember this from 1999, and I bought when P Diddy came out with the second album, Forever.
Yeah.
And I bought that, and I bought the Beatnuts Musical Massacre, and I kept the Beatnuts one, and I threw away the P Diddy one because it was so bad. And he had all these collaborations. Redman was on that, and Nas and Jay-Z. Every track had a collaboration, but it was still bad.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ryan, you ever did that? Like, you ever swung and missed? Like when I had money, I swung and missed on albums. Like I go buy 3 albums and I'll swing and miss, and I'm like, ain't nothing. But when you broke and you swing and miss, bro.
Because they be hyping it. They be going on the radio, going Hot 97. Be talking about this is the greatest album ever. I dug deep for this one.
Yeah, it's
and
true.
Be like, and you run out. They might be a line. They might be a line for that album.
I mean, I think we've all done it. I've done it. I can't tell you off the top of my head because I'm sure I've got multiple ones in there that I'm like, I don't know why I bought this. I bought like Profiles album.
Oh,
I'm like,
I bought
Profile. That one too. Like, come on, man. I'm like, I thought it was gonna be better. It wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. I bought a couple albums out there, but then but you know what? On the flip side of it is sometimes I took a chance and bought an album that I thought, I don't know why I spent the money, but I'm like, whatever. And it turned out to be really good. Like As Yet. Well, group name As Yet. But that album was pretty damn good. So I was kind of surprised. Like, you know. Right. But yeah, I've definitely swung and missed. I still got the CDs here in a box. Like I got about 200 CDs, maybe 300 CDs in a box. And there's some swing and misses in that box.
There are some swings and misses, bro. There are some swings and misses. They I brought oh god, I cannot remember the name of this group, but I remember I bought them and the Alcoholics in the same day. You remember the Alcoholics, the rap group?
Mhm.
I bought the it was a girl group. They was associated to Montel Jordan. I forgot the name of the group. But I bought the album, bro. I was so mad. I was like Trey and Boys in the Hood punching the air. Oh, you know who else album I think project I bought? Was it Remy or was it Rod Digger? Did Remy release an album?
Yeah.
Remy
Yeah.
released an album and they didn't do nothing. They had no hits on it or nothing, I think.
Wait, but it had to be with Conceited, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was on it.
Conceited. It had 2 songs on it.
Right.
Conceited and another song that was.
She had
that
the
was
song
good.
with Neil. Forgot the name of that song.
Yeah.
And
I-
for all the hype for Remy, bro.
Mm,
Yeah, nah, man. I ain't.
that's fair.
And ironically, I bought Rod Digger's album and I still like it.
Yeah,
It didn't sell worth nothing, but I still like it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bought a Redman album and
you find yourself buying a lot of things just because it seems like at that time that's people talking about it, and you're like, oh, let me get it. I mean, I bought some stuff that I can't even see myself buying to this day. Back in the day when they were selling 45s, I bought George Harrison. Got my mind set on you. I'm like, why did I buy this?
I bought.
I mean,
Christian.
it's not a bad song. Which one? Christian?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was a good album. That was a good
the
album.
Twins.
Yeah. You didn't like it?
I'm gonna send you mine, bro, for Christmas.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good album.
I'm gonna send you my copy of it, bro.
I need that.
What was
I'll
that
pay
song?
I'll pay for the
Up in
stamp and
Smoke or
everything.
something?
Full of smoke, up in smoke.
Full of Smoke, something like that. Yeah.
But the whole album
nothing.
had like a 70s. When you listen to October London, his first album, it was like that.
I thought
Yeah,
it was
like
like
a-
Maxwell. I thought it was kind of like a Maxwell vibe to it.
Maxwell. Yeah.
Like kind of a little airy vibe.
Yeah.
I think Fritz will like it for sure. Fritz, you ever heard of them?
Or who?
Christian? It's Christian with the O instead of an A.
No, how what year is this?
97?
Yeah, like
I
97.
think they were signed to Rockefeller Music.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
One of the
Yeah.
only weird R&B artists that they had. A whole rap album, a whole rap label, but one R&B artist.
Did y'all buy Mister?
Mister. I don't think I
Blackberry
bought that one.
Molasses?
Yeah, I don't think I have that
Blackberry
one.
Molasses.
I remember the song. I never bought it though.
Did y'all buy 112 first album?
Oh yeah,
I remember.
I bought
Um,
I bought every 112 album.
listen,
And
let me
it
tell
did
you
make
something.
top 10?
Hmm?
And it did make it top 10?
No, they're a favorite. I know a lot of people won't. Yeah, they ain't gonna rock with 112 like I rock with 112.
So you didn't have 112 in your top 10 list though?
No,
Try
because
it.
I gotta pick one. I gotta pick one of the albums.
How do y'all feel about 112?
I like them. I mean, they reminded me so much of New Edition, like in the 90s. They were good. I love once I got the third album, Part 3. That one was like my favorite one.
Yeah, that
That's
part
your
three.
favorite? The one with Player on it?
The one with
Peaches
It's
and
Over
Cream?
Now and Peaches and
Peaches and
Cream, Dance With Me. Yeah.
Yeah, because that was like
Yeah, that was everywhere.
different.
Okay.
Like the vibe was totally different than
Mhm.
They
What was
tried to
out
get
at
a
the
little.
time?
They tried to sound like Jodeci. I thought on that third, a little bit more edgy,
Mhm.
a little bit more edgy. I like
I
the first.
mean, I
album.
think Jodeci was just edgy, and in general, they were just like nasty with it,
Is okay. So let me ask y'all this real quick before I get out of here, man. I'm gonna go fix me a Quentin Grimes on Rye right real quick. And I'm a little hungry, man. I'm gonna go fix me a Quentin Grimes right in a few. Which group is better? New Edition, Boys to Men, Jodeci, or Tony?
New Edition. I'm going with New Edition every time. I mean, that's my Temptations of the '80s. And to have for them to break off and have Bobby Brown as a solo artist and Ralph and BBD and they all come together. They do home
You know
again.
what? Everybody uses that little caveat there. What if we broke it off and you can't go solo?
Right. I mean,
Then what?
even if they don't break it off, they still have classic albums to me. So I mean, they could have stayed together and still do classic albums together.
I don't know if I totally agree, but I understand the premise.
You don't agree to have classic
Yeah,
albums?
but I only agree with Triborough if we're talking about the grown-up new edition, right?
Well, I feel like they have classics before the grown-up. Candy Girl to me was a classic. That was a classic album.
Yeah, Mr. Telephone Man.
Yeah.
Did you get it
No,
yet?
Candy Girl, the first album, not the second one with Mr. Telephone Man. The first
No,
album.
I know. Yeah, I don't know if the first album is a classic to me. I feel like there were some good songs on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember hearing that album when it first came out. And when that album came out, man, there were so many good songs like Denise Williams, Let's Hear It for the Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Black Butterfly was out. And so when that album came out, I was thinking, yeah, this will never last, bro. That's what I was thinking. Like when they came out, I was like, yo, they playing Candy Girl up against Houdini and Run DMC on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I was like, yeah, this is a cute little thing. I don't know if this is going to last. Right. But you don't know what's going to last and what's not. You don't know the trends in music until you get caught up in the trend of music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, Her is not the first female musician that played a lot of instruments. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't know if she was going to be talented enough to kind of weather that thing. And she did.
Mm-hmm.
She's a great artist. You know what I'm saying?
They tried to make her come out a couple times. Like, that's why she never go by her real name.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want you to bring up the old history. So you wouldn't think this is a brand new artist.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so, yeah. So the new edition thing, Ron, what do you think? You think Triborough?
If you could count the whole catalog of New Edition, then New Edition easy
By far.
But if you were just doing groups, I'm going with Boys to Men over New Edition, but then I'm going with Jodeci over Boys to Men. So Jodeci is it for me, and it's just weird. It's just the quality of the music of certain songs, because Boyz II Men got so much more music I could listen to and I would enjoy. They just made more music than Jodeci, but Jodeci's got some music that I like that much better. So yeah, it would be Jodeci for me, and I'm not excluding Tony because I like their vibe, but I've just given it to Jodeci because those two dudes are special singers. They're just unique, incredible. So that's why I'm going with them.
Okay. What do you think, Fritz?
Yeah, the Boyz II Men catalog is just too big of a catalog to ignore.
Bro, it's an assembly line of the same thing, bro. They saying, yo, this song is called 1, 2, 3, but my other song is called 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, we did a remix. We were calling it 1, 3, 2. Bro, it's the same thing, bro.
I know, but whatever they do, they even did throwbacks, man. Even when they did throwbacks, and they outdid what you call it? On their own song.
New Edition, Can You Stand the Rain?
They did a better version than they did.
I don't know. I saw them live do that. I don't know, Boyz II Men touching them.
I think they did a really good job of it, but I just think that contrast between Ralph and Johnny is so it's hard.
Walking like right in the middle. People sleep on how good a singer Ricky Bell is.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, and so the remake thing, the cover thing, I think it's a trap because people can do the remake. I mean, do a cover and not release it, and they didn't lose anything. Like the first cover I remember is a song called "Do Me Baby" by Melissa Morgan.
Mhm.
Right? It's a cover of a Prince song, "Do Me Baby." And so when I hear Melissa Morgan's version, I'm like, yo, this has got to be the great. Again, you know what I'm saying? I'm like a senior in high school, and I'm listening to Kiss on the radio in the morning, trying to get my cornrows right. This is back when I had hair, right? Trying to get cornrows right and all that stuff. Eventually I shaved it. Took the cornrows out and got it. But yeah, I remember when Box's cameo cuts came out, bro. When I first heard "Do Me Baby," I was like, yo, this has got to be the greatest song I ever heard. When I first heard it on the radio, but I didn't know it was a cover. I didn't know doing covers was a thing. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Well,
Faith has a song like that. Faith has a song called "I Don't Need It," and I'm like, oh, I love this song. I don't know why nobody ever talks about it until I heard what it's like derived from. Is derived over like Nights Over Egypt,
right?
And it's like the same flow, the same
by the Jones Girls.
Yeah, same flow, same thing. And I'm like, that kind of ruined it.
What's your favorite cover?
Oh man, favorite cover. I'm gonna go with Whitney. I know it sounds cliche. Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You.
That's a great one.
I told you it was cliche. It was just such a. I think she did it better than Dolly Parton. You know what I'm saying? It was just such a big song for Whitney. And she already had the big hits.
Yeah, it's not making me sad though. That's why I don't like listen to it. I hear it, turn it off.
Right. Ron, what's your favorite cover, bro?
I'm gonna steal yours. And you like, how does he know what mine is? I'm gonna say Troop.
Oh.
All I do is think of you.
All I do is think of you.
I will say, not too many people can take something from the Jacksons and make it better than the Jacksons. Yeah. They definitely did that.
Except in Vogue part for Hold On, that first part for Hold On is a small little cover. When I had you, I treated you bad. That's Michael Jackson, right? Try. Can I throw two songs out there?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say which one is better. I just want to add them to the conversation.
Okay.
Do you remember "Ribbon in the Sky" by Intro?
Oh, okay. You took two of my songs.
That is a good one.
"Ribbon in the Sky" by Intro, and there's another song.
And so the other cover is a song called "A House Is Not a Home" by what's her name? Dionne Warwick.
Which I never knew that Dionne Warwick had did the original to that. I always thought that was Luther's song.
Because Luther took that song and
take it to the next level, bro. And it's one of them little things, I guess, because you're younger, you don't necessarily know. But I always wondered, because they always showed Luther performing that song at the award show and him looking at Dionne Warwick, and I'm like, what is going? Is this her birthday? Is this a tribute? I didn't know that was her song.
That was her song. Yeah, man. Yeah, and the covers thing is, when I hear people like, I'm working on a cover for, I'm like, no. Donnell Jones, don't cover a Stevie Wonder song. Oh,
wow.
I love it.
Wow. He killed that song.
Bro, you took two of my songs.
Man. Knocks me off my feet. Oh, man. Yeah. And listen, not for nothing, but lately, Jodeci,
yeah, bro. There are some songs, man, that when you hit a cover, you're like, oh my goodness. Like this.
This is not your thing, but damn, why'd you have to bring this up, Freezie? I'll be here all night thinking of covers of this woman's work.
Oh, you heard that? The original is nice, right? The original is nice, but Maxwell, bro.
Yeah.
I think I have one. That
I got one too.
Oh, what is it? What is it, Fritz?
I Miss You. Harold Melvin and Blue Notes, and there's also a version. What's his name from the Temptations? But there's like two different versions of it. I'm not sure which ones. I think Harold Melvin had the first version of it.
Okay.
I Miss You. There's two versions of it.
Right. There's a
and they're both like amazing.
So I'm gonna throw. Can I throw these two out there to the conversation for try? I just want to put a rock in Tribal Gigalosu.
Okay.
You ever heard this song "Killing Me Softly"?
Roberta Flack.
By Roberta Flack, and and that was a cover of another lady, and that was dope. The original was dope. The Roberta Flack cover was dope, and then the Fugees did it, and you're like, oh my god,
yeah,
that is fantastic.
That's a good one.
And then there's a song. There's a song by the Enchantments called Gloria. Jesse Powell did it, redid it, and you're like, oh my god, Jesse Powell sounds better than the dude from the Enchantments, and you're like, that's impossible, bro. How does a dude? And what it is Jesse Powell probably sang that song every day because they had a similar voice. You know, people have like a similar range, and like you sing somebody's song in order to get better, and then finally you get great at it, and you just do it. Like, man, Gloria. Oh my gosh, I play that song all the time. Yo, Lee? What do you know about GQ? Yeah, I remember GQ. Oh my gosh, I love GQ. I always thought Belle Biv DeVoe tried to be like GQ a little bit, oh gosh, not completely like GQ because GQ they was, you know what I'm saying, sharp dress, whatever, that's the name. GQ, I'm just talking about the singing style. Ron, you got another cover that's dope?
I just had one. I just lost it that quick. I just had it.
Fritz, you got one?
Oh no, I figured out who the artist was. It was David Ruffin did I Miss You. He remade it.
Okay.
So yeah, you got to hear the two versions, but they're both like amazing versions.
Right. Try, you got one?
Mary J. Blige's Sweet Thing.
Oh, Shaka Khan's got the original.
Yeah. That was on What's the 411?
Lee, look at Lee. Lee, no, it's okay, Lee. I see you. I do love you. Man, what? Oh, look at Lee. Lee know her stuff. Okay. I see you, Lee.
Yeah, that's another one. That's some good ones.
Yeah. Lee, no, okay. I see you. Man.
Shoot. I just had it too. That's right there.
I'm sitting in the park. Wow.
Yeah. Until you come back to me, that's what I'm gonna do is a cover also. So it was covered by Mickey Howard and Luther Vandross.
And Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, the original. Oh wait,
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay. What do you think of? How do y'all feel about the Love Don't Live Here Anymore remake with Faith Evans and Mary?
Oh, who was the original artist? That's
Isn't that Rolls Royce.
Rolls Royce. Yeah. Mary covered a lot of Rolls Royce songs, bro.
Yeah.
Or not a lot, but was it like two or three?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that cover them Rolls Royce songs.
Yo, Lee's like, yo, no, that's me. When you said GQ, I was like, oh man. Okay. Yeah, GQ. Yeah, I like that. I love that era. Lee, I ain't gonna lie. That era of music where it's like GQ, the Major Major Harris, Joe Tex. I see you. Okay, Lee, I see you.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, man. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna just say, y'all ever heard that song called Tyrone?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm talking about Called Tyrone, the original.
No,
No.
I don't think I heard the
And
original.
so Erica Badu did um a answer to it.
Right.
So if your man ain't treating you, call Tyrone. Yeah. And then
Mhm.
and then Erica Badu is like, and call Tyrone and you can't use my phone.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
Yeah, Lee, I remember Major Harris. Major Harris had some very, very underrated artists, like early to mid 70s, kind of. I think Major Harris is slept on because he was good, but then the disco era just took off.
Drew Hill
Yes,
covered
yeah,
those.
you remember that? Yo, y'all know who the Dells are? Y'all know the Dells?
Mhm.
Yeah, and Drew Hill also did a cover of Confunction, a song called Love's Train.
And they did a cover of the Bee Gees. How Deep Is Your Love?
Oh yeah, How Deep Is Your Love? Yeah.
Wait, did Drew Hill do a cover of Love's Train?
Love's Train, yes, sir. It's on their first album. It's my favorite Drew Hill song.
I gotta go back to that. But you know who really did that cover? Is Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak's group. That cover was incredible of that
They
song.
did that recently, about what, 5 years ago?
Yeah, maybe last year. I think it was early last year.
They re-released the album with the bonus track.
Love's
Yeah.
Train.
Yeah, they killed that.
You are that special someone that you but it's the way it goes on.
Mm.
Bro, if I could sing, a little bit, bro, y'all wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't, bro. I think that gift goes to you got to be a certain type person to be able to sing.
Luther, and this wasn't even. I still can't remember the one that it's gonna bother me. I'm gonna remember it after the show's over. But Endless Love, Luther Vandross and Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
But obviously, you know the original Diana Ross and Lionel Richie.
Yeah.
I love
this Shantae Savage. I Will Survive.
Yep, that's a great.
I love that.
Great remix.
Yeah.
Mm.
Keith Sweat. The Rain. Wanna go outside. That's a cover. In the rain. Yeah, that's a cover. But y'all don't like that album. Y'all disrespected that album. So
I didn't know.
He did a remake of Kool and the Gang, Too Hot. It's Too Hot.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's on the 96 album with Twisted and Nobody.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and one of the biggest ever is I'll Be There. Mariah Carey's version, which was a hit, and she made it a monster, but it was already a hit with the Jacksons. So
yeah. You wanna have a smash, just cover something, and not the 80s Jacksons. I ain't talking about 2300 Jackson Street. I ain't talking about this. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about late 70s Jacksons, like when Mike was in the group, but Mike was also doing albums. I'm talking about those Jacksons. I'm talking about when Mike was 16, 17 Jackson, right? When Mike is actually in his with Dance Machine, that era of the Jackson.
So not Ben.
No, hell no.
Wow.
But to your point though, that song When I Had You, I Treated You Bad. That was in that era, but no, not that era. Yeah. And Lee is right. Some covers are better than the original. I think the Donnell Jones Knocks Me Off My Feet is better than the original, and not because Stevie didn't do it. I think technology. I think the production of it made Knocks Me Off My Feet more clean when you heard it. Like when you listen to it now, you hear it like
it's very clear,
synthesized. It's the Stevie version is synthesized, but the Donnell Jones one is super clean. Knocks Me Off My Feet. You're like, oh my gosh, bro. Because I remember walking in the store, hearing it play over the thing, and I'm like, who is that? And he's like, one of them new boys. I think it's Horace Brown. I was like, Horace Brown? He's like, one of them new boys that came, Horace Brown, Alfonso Hunter, one of them new boys. And I was like,
Alfonso Hunter.
Wow.
yeah, he ain't no bro.
That was a one-hit wonder.
Y'all remember Alfonso Hunter?
I remember him.
There's yeah, like you can go on for days because that's the formula. That's the cheat code, right? You can find a song that was a hit that's old enough that not too many people remember it, but it had a nice little staying power. You make it your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like M to me. You, me, and he.
Juicy.
Oh no, not
You
Juicy.
oh
I'm talking
oh
about
because
you,
I was
me.
thinking Biggie. My bad.
No, Brooklyn stand up.
yeah.
So, but yeah. You, me, and he.
Mm.
What are we gonna do about it, baby? I'm like, you, me, and he. The cheating song. Y'all got until we put out a cheating song. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. It kind of like the as we lay. I'm like, because I thought As We Lay was a cheating song at first, and then I thought like, did she really know, or was she like get caught up in something, and she was a victim? Like she is a victim, and the wife is a victim in the same thing. Is somebody talked to me about that when I got older? So, but so Lee asked, I got a question. What song would you like to be covered, and that hasn't been, and the artist you want to do it?
Wow,
Ooh.
that's a good one.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Can it be from any genre or just R&B?
I'm gonna change. I'm gonna put that question up here so for people that are watching. So just change this real quick. Okay. Try. You want to go first?
Man, I don't know. That's a good question. That's what I was saying. Like, could it be from any genre? I'm thinking of like maybe a pop song that could be done over. You know.
Ooh.
Maybe Cyndi Lauper, Time After Time.
Ooh, who would you like to do that though?
I would pick Lady Gaga.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'd pick Lady Gaga to do that.
They have
I think
perfect
she
fit
can
too.
sing. Yeah, I think she can sing.
And both of them from New York.
It's ironic.
Yeah, both of them from New York too.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one that I feel like is a perfect fit.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to hear D'Angelo redo "The Beautiful Ones" by Prince on the Purple Rain album.
That would be nice.
That would be
nice.
crazy,
But
bro.
thank you for bringing that up, Freezie. Because remember, there was one song that I kept trying to figure out the cover, and it was going to stick with me. Thanks, that was quick. Smokey Robinson, the original "Cruisin'," and D'Angelo did his version of "Cruisin'," which was dope. Yeah,
it was dope. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I would love to hear D'Angelo do "The Beautiful Ones," right? Because I think D'Angelo, that voodoo vibe.
Mm-hmm.
If he in that, I know voodoo was like 25 years ago. But if D'Angelo can recapture that voodoo vibe and do "The Beautiful Ones" all over,
yeah,
bro, are you talking about, to me, a smash? I'd love that. That's a great question too, Lee.
Yeah,
that's a great question. As a matter of fact, yeah, I'll probably be thinking about that after we wrap. Like, what song would I like to have covered and by who? Right, like, because I don't want to just grab a random Michael Jackson. I don't want to see Usher do Billie Jean. I don't.
No.
I don't want to see Chris Brown redo Bad. I don't. Right. Some things you just want to leave it where it is. But then when there's a perfect match, yeah. Fritz, you got one?
Just way too many. Yeah, just way too many.
You don't want to hear. You don't see October London redo Never Too Busy?
Man, no. There's just way too much from like the 60s. I would love to hear again. Like I love these songs, but like I've never heard them and they were hot. Like, so maybe redo something from the 60s, 70s.
Yo, who's got? I would love to hear New Edition try to do a song by the Dells. Yeah, remember the Dells?
Mhm. I mean, they had that covers album. It wasn't great though.
It was trash.
Yeah, it was not great.
Mm.
Because they don't have the talent for it. I don't think.
Mhm.
And Boys II Men don't have that top level singer in it. Like they have really good singers. They don't have a singer that separates themselves. Like Boys II
Yeah.
Men has a
They're
combination.
harmonized, yeah.
Yeah, they have a great combination, even with Mike McCrary
Mhm.
in it. But they don't have a singer that I think is, this dude is top nine. I don't think Boys II Men has a top 250 singer in that group.
Now, who's your favorite singer in the group
And New Edition,
in Boyz II Men?
who's the most famous or the best?
Well, who's your favorite singer? I mean, like mine is Wanye. I think Wanye is the best singer in the group.
Mhm.
I don't have no favorite, bro.
No.
I think they're a perfect mix.
Mm.
Basically, what I think it is they're the perfect blend of ingredients. But when you separate the ingredients, you're like, they ain't nothing but paprika. That's what I think about Boys II Men.
Oh man.
No disrespect to them. Yo, Fritz, why you be laughing at people's face, bro? Fritz is so damn disrespectful.
No disrespect to y'all, but I think y'all paprika.
Fritz is try. Why Fritz laughing in our face, bro?
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I just think they the perfect. Yo, y'all don't think they harmonies are fire? Honestly.
It is. I mean, but if they had to do like a solo career, who would be the most successful in that group?
Wanye.
They produce.
Wanye, yes. I think Wanye.
He did have one album though.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet you it didn't sell wood either. I bet you Usher outsell Wanye right now, and Wanye been out longer.
This is disrespectful to Usher. Why are we doing this, Freezie?
When the last time Usher sold? He didn't sell with his last album.
And he'll still outsell Wanye, in my opinion.
I don't think he would.
And it's no disrespect. It's no disrespect. Sometimes the whole is better than the individual parts, is what I'm saying.
Right.
It's like you wouldn't split up the Spinners, but the Spinners together is a fantastic group. And they did a cover, or they had a song called Sadie that was covered by R. Kelly.
Right.
No disrespect. I think Boys II Men is the perfect combination. Boys II Men is teamwork.
They're the Stacey Lattisaw, you saying?
I'm sorry.
They're the Stacey Lattisaw, the perfect combination.
Yeah, perfect combination. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But if Sean Stockman does an album, are you gonna rush out and buy that Sean Stockman album?
I actually like the Sean Stockman album. He did come out with one, but I mean it didn't sell. But I thought it was a good album.
Good. Like what? What you mean by good?
Like it wasn't classic. It was listenable. The problem was he waited too long to come out with a solo album, and he came out with it during the pandemic. But if he had came out with that same album in the 90s, maybe he would have went platinum.
Yeah, he had a Visions of a Sunset was fire for Mr. Hollis Opus.
Right.
That was fire. Right. And even the other brother, what's the other brother? Not Wanye, the other one? Marcus Morris?
Nathan Morris.
Markeith Morris. One of them, bro.
Markeith one of the twins. Okay.
I'm joking, y'all. I'm trolling y'all. But I think there are individual artists that came out that may have more talent than them. Like as individual parts. Right. Like I'm not going to a Sean Stockman concert. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not going to a Wanye concert. Right. But I would go to a Jaheim concert though.
Mm-hmm.
Which sounds crazy that you would go see Jaheim, but you wouldn't go see Sean Stockman.
Right.
And so for the Boys and Men's fans, that's to justify what I'm saying is I would go to in his prime, I would go to a Bobby Brown concert. Right? I would go to a Johnny Gill in his prime. I would go see Johnny Gill in his prime. Right? Ralph Tresvant in his prime. But I wouldn't go to a Wanye in his prime concert.
But if you went to see Ralph Tresvant in his prime, the set would be like 15 minutes. Don't you do it?
Basically.
Yeah. Yeah. But I would rather have 15 minutes than 3 hours of the same song over and over again. It'd be like torture. I give up, bro. If you want somebody to give up all the nuclear codes, bro, just play Boys and Men for hours.
But the thing is, they just didn't establish themselves as solo artists because they were, they had success as a group.
Because they're a group, bro.
I know, but I mean, but who would have thought that Bobby Brown would leave an audition and blow up? We didn't see that.
So I kind of thought he did. I thought because he had a song for the Ghostbusters soundtrack, right? I think it's Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack. Yes. I think it was. And so when we heard it, we were like, "This dude need to do an album."
But that came out after Don't Be Cruel.
That was after, I think.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Don't Be Cruel was 88. Ghostbusters 2 was 89.
No. Yes. Not that song. No, I'm not saying. I'm not arguing with that. I'm saying I think he had a song called "Girlfriend."
That was off his first album.
I need you right now. That song. It came out around the same weekend as Heavy D and the Boys, Mr. Big Stuff. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
And Run DMC had a song called "You Be Ellen." So Bobby had songs out before his album, and we were like, "Yo, Bobby might be able to do this thing." So I couldn't remember which song it was. I think you're right. In that part of, I think those are facts. But the songs he had out before his first album,
right?
That the ones that came off of the King of Stage album, you were like, "Yo, if this dude gets production, he might do something." Right. And I don't know if y'all remember this or not, but Bobby had an album to come out, and New Edition had an album come out at the same time. I think it was called Under the Stairs, People Under the Stairs, some whack New Edition album where everybody.
No.
Why should I always be like, yo?
That was the covers album. Was Under the Blue Moon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, Under the Blue Moon.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Y'all be laughing in people's face, bro. That's so disrespectful, bro.
Yeah, when you do Under albums as your title, they don't always turn out great. Under the Cherry Moon was not it. Right. Yeah. Try My Feelings Hurt, bro. I'm just letting you know. Try just hurt my feelings, bro. I was trying to name the album with Try just pointed at me in the camera. Try point at me in the camera and just start laughing, bro. That is so disrespectful. This guy said no disrespect, but Boys to Men is trash. That's what he said. No disrespect.
Me? No, as individual artists. Are you going to buy a Mike McCrary album?
No, but Mike McCrary ain't going to buy a Mike McCrary album. I think
that's what I'm saying. But that's the
get it.
Would I buy a Ricky Bell album? I'm thinking of the New Edition members. Ricky Bell is probably the fourth best singer in that group.
The most
underrated. Bobby, Ralph, Johnny. Yeah. Ricky's probably the fourth best singer. The fourth best singer in Boys to Men is probably Mike McCrary. Right?
Right now at this current stage, Ricky is number 2 to Johnny. Because Ralph lost his voice. He don't sound the same.
Yeah, Ralph.
Bobby been lost his voice.
Yeah, and Bobby don't have no what do you call it? Stamina.
Right.
Like Bobby don't have that.
Yeah, he don't want to do the dance steps with them.
Yeah, it's good because he had the that bypass thing. Remember he had the bypass surgery and all that stuff. So he limited what he can do because he can't. You know what I'm saying? And so what he doing right now to me is enough. Yeah. Right. If he sit on a stool and just, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm okay with that from Bobby because he did enough dancing when he was young, bro, for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We remember what Bobby could do.
Yeah.
Right.
Fair.
But yeah, the Boys to Men thing, I think they just probably together they sound great. Individual parts, I'm like, it's like when Confunction broke up and Michael Cooper came out by himself.
Right.
And Michael Cooper's a great singer. He like when James Taylor left Kool in the Gang.
Mhm.
You remember when his contract was up and he left? He was like,
Yeah. It wasn't the same.
nah, he wasn't the same. But he a great singer though.
Yeah.
It's like Cannabis. Cannabis can rap, but am I buying a Cannabis album?
I don't know.
Not if I'm cognizant. Not if I'm aware.
Right.
You know.
That's a blind buy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
So that's why I'm saying, like, does Boyz II Men have a top 250 singer in their group? Nah, I don't think so.
I mean, I don't know. I think I'm biased though.
Is he better than, is anybody in that group run better than Rick James?
That's a very tough one to answer because Rick James is a very different voice. It depends on what you like, man. Like, to me, I always said if I ever was a singer, if I ever had the talent, I wanted Nate's voice from Boyz II Men. I just liked the melodic tone. I like he had a little richness to it, and I liked he could keep a low register and keep, that's just my thing.
It's better than Christopher Williams.
It's different. Like, Christopher Williams got power behind his voice.
Yeah.
Nate doesn't have power, but melodically,
Wanye voice must a bubble from the inside.
But like I said, that's why I took Nate. I just like Nate's voice. I think he can hit a note and smooth it out. Wanye does a lot of screaming.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the kind
a lot of off key, off hollering. When we saw Boyz II Men, they were. Now, mind you, Boyz II Men are what they call workaholics. Right, so their voices are always going to sound strange. I mean, not strange. I'm sorry, strained, because they work so much. Right, they strained because they work so much. But I don't want to hear that, bro. No lie. Back in the day, I paid $88 a piece for tickets for 4 of us, and we went to see Boyz II Men, and they were drinking hot tea on stage, and I was like, I waited 2 months for y'all to get to Atlanta. We go see y'all. Y'all drinking hot tea on stage because y'all's voices are strained. And I paid $88 and I drove from South Carolina to Atlanta to see them. And they were like, yeah. I was like, nah, bro. I paid.
I saw them live and they were great. I mean, this is when the 2 album came out and they were doing.
Oh, you talking about the young Boyz II Men?
Yeah, like 95 is when I saw them.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, you saw the real deal.
Yeah, I saw them. It was like 2000. It was like 2000. It was the years where Mike McCreary was going back and forth. So it might have been like 98, 99, something. Yeah. Maybe 2000.
Mm-hmm. Something. I saw them like 2010, something like that.
Yeah, because they had that song. I think their best song to that point was Mama, I'm singing a song like End of the Road. Yeah. And such and such. Bro, all these songs was. I spent $88 on a double date. They was like, man, I ain't want to go to Atlanta. I mean, come on, y'all, come on, man, let's get out of. They're like, I don't want to go. I'll pay for the tickets. Okay, we'll go.
Nah, I don't do big venues. I'm always small artist, small venue. That's when I'm I haven't been to one in a while, but it's never like a massive concert.
Yeah. And for the record, the same thing happened to me with Jodeci, so it's not a bias against. Right? Yeah, Jodeci did that to me 2015, I think. Remember the last album? Remember Jodeci last album?
Yeah.
That was rough. That was a lot of alcohol and cigarette smoke and stuff.
Bro, I was man, Ron, $125 a piece for 4 people. Right. And they were on stage, bro. You was like, they no stamina. These dudes walking, they'll walk to one side of the stage, bro. And the audience had to sing the songs for them. It's the worst.
You caught the rock star Jodeci.
Oh my God. Bro.
It was the end of the road, and literally, but they were still in their rock star mode.
But the songs, bro. But the songs though, are man.
Casey and JoJo was worse. You see the footage the last time.
Yeah. Bro, I saw it. I spent like, bro, I think we saw Jodeci in Virginia or somewhere. I think we saw Jodeci in Virginia. So I get in my car, we drive 6 hours. Or was it 5 hours? It don't matter, whatever. 5 hours to go see them. And then the place is packed. Everybody got their Jodeci t-shirts on. The girls is out there like dressed up like it's 91 all over again. And the dudes is like, yo, you ever saw the movie Kings of Comedy? Y'all ever saw that?
Yeah.
And y'all ever saw how people was dressed going into that movie, The Kings of Comedy? Like everybody got on their best stuff.
They Sunday's best almost.
Bro, and you know your man ain't gonna be outdone by nobody, bro. You already know, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming through the spot with like a clean dress shirt on, pair of J's, probably a bow tie, maybe a little Boys and Men varsity cardigan on or something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the leather shoes with the steel tips.
No, not quite, not Hammer Time. No, not quite. But probably some. I think I was in my Jordan 11 era. This is where I wore Jordan 11s for every occasion. Funerals, I got on black Jordan 11s. You know what I'm saying? Business meetings, I got on navy dark blue Jordan 11s. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, and we went there, bro, and them dudes sounded. I'm still mad to this day. Ron, I'm still mad at Jodeci and Boys II Men to this day. Al B. Shore, remember I told you when I see Al B. Shore, I'm gonna shake him down for them $88.
Oh, yeah.
And this was and Al B. Shore, this was 1989, bro. I ain't even have no bread, bro. Like 21, that dude took my whole check for concert tickets, and I found out that Al B. Shore can't sing live. Nobody told me that. I didn't know he was a studio artist. You know, because some people are studio artists, and then some people are live artists, right? And to get there to find out that Al B. Shore. And try. You ever had a headache that just come from out of nowhere when you know you just messed up? You know how you just like, you just messed up. You're like, God, dog it. And you just get a headache. You're like, I just can't do this.
You could tell. I mean, I'll Be Sure first album, I love it, but you could tell even on that album he couldn't sing. Everything was in falsetto.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But Al has some great music though, and my favorite Al song is Natalie.
Yeah, Natalie was good.
Natalie, that's the quintessential slow jam song you gotta have. But real quick before we wrap up and get out of here, y'all, I want to ask y'all why y'all never mention Levert in any of y'all conversations.
I don't know.
Any of them, or just the group? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I definitely bought the Gerald Levert albums. His last couple, yeah.
Okay.
And Father and Son.
Right. Try, y'all got something against Levert?
No, I love him. I mean, Just Coolin', Casanova, like all of the whole Scenario album was fire. LSG, the Gerald Levert stuff. I think they're underrated. I don't know why. Maybe it has something to do with the time of the R&B when it came.
Are they better than Cameo?
I don't know. I mean, it's preference, I guess. I don't think they're better.
It was repeatable music, but I don't think it was ever radio worthy. Like, I don't think it's something that you hear on the radio.
Oh, you talking about 90s Levert? That's not really radio, like the slow.
Yeah, if you had the album, you heard it. If you ain't had the album, you ain't heard it.
Right. I thought Shantae Moore was like that.
Yeah,
I think Shantae Moore was like that because Shantae Moore albums are, to me, they're wonderful, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Super sultry, super sultry. Like
they're great albums.
You can tell she got talent, right? She she reminds me. She makes me think. What if Sherelle was able to take that next step? Like, what if Sherelle could take that step beyond Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and just be like a super talent? That's what I think about, like that era of those late 90s divas, Deborah Cox, Shantae Moore, Shantae Savage. Who else? A bunch of Faith,
Guapole. It's in that.
Yeah.
March
She's in that.
Ambrosia.
Yeah.
Apale. You definitely in your neo soul bag.
Yeah. All these albums I've had, yeah.
So can I just say this before I get out of here? I think neo soul is overrated.
Ouch. Okay. Well, good night, everybody. Thank you for coming.
And the reason, but listen, here's my reason.
But okay, is it an era? Is it like past its era? Because it's not neo soul today. Isn't really neo soul because
it's not because neo means new, right?
Yeah.
And soul means soul, right?
Yeah.
So if it's new soul, why does it sound like an R&B extension?
Yeah.
If you're just going by what it's called, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you just like certain things in hip hop are overrated because hip hop is rhythm. Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop. That's what hip hop was supposed to be, like a predictable rhythm where you can tell if a break is coming up and then you can cut loose on the break, right? And then some hip hop to me is overrated. Now, when you're talking about if you're talking about pure R&B, like if you're talking about Boys II Men, pure R&B, bro, it's not even up for discussion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But if you're talking about D'Angelo, is D'Angelo really neo soul, or is he R&B extension?
He's R&B.
Yeah,
but at the same time, okay, they don't. I don't know why it's marketed this way, but currently Americans aren't doing it. Like you see a lot of British or people across the pond doing basically doing a lot of neo soul R&B. I don't think you can categorize it because they're not from America. So,
and so
Yeah.
for the record, as somebody who lived through that, my belief has always been that the Euros created neo soul, except for the lady that did the album in '93, where she took rap and hip hop fusion and R&B and soul and put it into Michelle
Naghetto?
yeah, her and so like a neo, so we didn't know what to call it when she did it because it was so different.
Right.
But if you remember groups like Black Box, Soul to Soul, and groups like that, New Shoes, and even more current than them, your Craig Davids, your Mark Morrison's. They had this thing of it was R&B ish, but it wasn't that rhythmic R&B, right? That you normally heard, right? For instance, a classic neo soul song to me, and it's not listed as a neo soul song, is "Games" by Chucky Booker, right? If you like Glenn Lewis and artists like that, and you listen to that "Games" by Chucky Booker, you're like, okay, everybody, Games is the father of all these songs, right? And to further the point, the song by Mark Morrison, "Return of the Mac," samples Games by Chucky Booker. Games was like an undercover smash. Why you wanna play your games on me?
Yeah.
And then you hear when you hear "Return of the Mac," right? It's kind of like in that same thing of a dude that's trying to figure out why his girl did such and such, but he gonna get over it and come back. And it's the same thing like with Glenn Lewis and "Don't You Forget It," right? I was a good guy and "Don't You Forget It," right? The lady who's that has the party starter. Robert, what's the lady name? Sunshine Anderson. I think that's her name. Heard it all before. Heard it all before. right? It's like in that R&B lane, but it's not really R&B. It's like that mislabeled neo soul kind of like it's a love song, club song, but it's not really cool it now. You have to slow it down. Ooh, watch it. It's not that.
Yeah.
Right? It's not control. It's not I tell you classic R&B at its essence. The most classic R&B at its essence is SOS Band. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about the other girl. Just be good to me. Like those songs in that lane, that's to me that's R&B, right? But then when you hear songs like Games, Return of the Mac, Glenn Lewis, Marsha Ambrosia is neo soul, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who else would you say, Fritz? Who else?
Jasmine Sullivan.
Jasmine Sullivan. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I know it seems like oversimplifying, like the difference between dance and techno. I know it's like, nah, man, that's dance. Nah, that's techno. Nah, that's not techno. That's dance. I know it's like that, or it's like dance hall and reggae. People are like, nah, that's dance hall. Nah, that's reggae. Nah, that's dance hall. I know it seems like splitting hairs, but if you're just talking about the neo soul part of it, I think maybe Erica Badu sums up neo soul the best. Am I going down the wrong path, Fritz?
Yeah, it has to have like a kind of a, I don't know, 70s element to it. Like
Kenny Lattimore?
Yeah.
What do you mean by 70s element? What 70s element?
It has to have like a kind of a funk element to it. It has to.
Wayne Wonder? You talking about like Wayne Wonder?
No,
really is that more dance hall reggaeton?
Yes. I don't know. It would have to have like the instruments. I guess is kind of like some of the instruments are in common with the neo soul.
Is Tony neo soul, or are they soul? Like the song "Ask of You" by Raphael Sadiq, is that neo soul?
I think it has neo soul elements. I look at them as their R&B and their soul and their funk. They're like a band with different elements in their music.
Yeah. I think it's the instruments they use.
Yeah.
Like
So they are the Oakland Stroke then, because the Oakland Stroke is they intentionally not lean one way or the other. They intentionally try to be R&B, soul, and funk. They intentionally try to stay in that lane. Like they don't want to go in one thing or the other. They intentionally try to be like, nah, we need that. It's the Oakland Stroke. We do music our way. We're not gonna be R&B or soul or funk. We're just gonna stay in this thing. Like you ever heard the song "1 in a Million" by Larry Graham?
Mm-hmm.
1 in a million. Graham Citrus. Y'all remember Graham Citrus Station, Tower of Power? Lenny Williams.
Yeah.
All of them, how like they legit try to stay away from like a mainstream thing. They just try to stay in their in vogue, try to stay in their that kind of lane. Whereas as conventional R&B would probably be Usher. Would you consider Usher pure R&B?
Yeah. I think he's pure R&B. I don't look at him as neo soul. I think he's just pure R&B.
Pure R&B, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm trying to figure out the neo soul thing. I can't figure it out, and I can't figure out why a neo soul artist can't dominate the charts. Y'all ever notice that?
Right. I mean, I think neo soul was created because it was like a answer to mainstream R&B. So when you had like artists like Michelle Indecello and Erykah Badu and NDRE, those maybe the labels looked at those artists like we can't promote them like the pure R&B artists. So that was like their answer to mainstream. Like we're gonna come up with what we want, and we're gonna come up with how we want it to sound.
That's why I'm confused. right? So that's what confuses me about neo soul, because I always felt like neo soul wanted to keep the elements of R&B and soul without hip hop. They wanted to leave hip hop and R&B together. Remember every rap song in an era had an R&B chick singing on it, or
Oh
every
no,
R&B song
but
had a rapper in
It's
it
still
singing
like that.
it.
It's still like that. No.
But Common was in like a lot of neo soul.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think he's yeah.
Let
Jill,
me I don't mean to interrupt you, Freeze. Let me get out of here, man. I've been sitting in this chair for like 7, almost 8 hours. So I'm tired.
okay, I'm gonna get out of here too. But I got one thing I want to say to you, bro. Are you up on cartoons? You watch cartoons?
Well, I mean, I used to.
Try. Are you a cartoon historian?
Yes, I love. Well, I used to love cartoons, but yeah.
Fritz, you know anything about cartoons?
I missed a lot of it.
Yeah, you ever heard of Laugh Olympics?
Yes.
I
I
remember
don't
that.
think I have.
I'm trying to get together a panel of guys to talk about cartoons like Speed Racer and the old
Oh,
school
well.
news and all of that. Just to y'all remember Thundercats?
Oh yeah.
Of course. Oh yeah.
I had to look it up the last couple of years.
Thundercats?
Yeah. Because I have one of my best friends. He's into like a lot of that, and I'm like, okay, I know what it is, but so I seen there's a 2000s one and then there's the 80s one. I seen the 2000s and I seen some in the 80s, and I bought it on iTunes, so I
The
haven't watched it
2000
yet.
one is crazy, bro. The 2000s one is grown up Thundercats, bro.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The conversations they be having, bro. It's
Yeah.
like, wow. But anyway, thank y'all for coming
Yeah.
hanging with.
Mhm.
Bro, I'm gonna just say this, man. I need to do a disclaimer. I really don't appreciate the fact that y'all be laughing at me in my face, bro. I would just going forward. If you turn your camera off and laugh at me behind my back, it'll make me feel better.
Okay.
Right. The fact that Ron legit, keeping it Ron legit laughed at me in my face when I said that thing about Boys the Man, and I was pouring out my heart and soul. Right. And that thing. Thank you, Ron, for crushing my feelings, bro. I appreciate you. Y'all laughing. I'm serious. Okay. All right. I'll tell you what. All right. I'm gonna go on one of y'all videos and hit thumbs down just because y'all did that. These two is still laughing. Chat, thank y'all for coming through, rocking with us. I appreciate everybody hanging out the whole time. You can catch Fritz Alcindor NBA Economy Show on YouTube. Subscribe to his channel. Give all his videos a thumbs up. You can catch Tribero Gigolo. That Ain't Rap. He is everywhere on the internet, dropping knowledge about R&B and everything else culture related. Y'all know Still Knicks fans. Y'all know Keeping It Ron. Make sure y'all help us get Keeping It Ron to, what's our goal? Like 3,000 subscribers? Is that the goal?
Come see, come saw. I just want to be relevant. I'm good.
Right. I keep hitting the subscribe button, but
It is not changing. Yeah.
nah. So, but yeah, and then you can catch the number one chief rocker, your main man, Uncle Freezie, on Lawrence Tears doing Knicks talk about 20 times a week. Vibes, we try to do it about 2 or 3 times a month to have conversations like this one. We're not just all music. At some point, we're probably going to do some relationship talk, some culture talk, and all that stuff here. This is the place to be for that type of stuff, everybody. Thank y'all for coming through, hanging out with us. Peace, everybody.
Peace.
Ron, are you